and I could use your help.
You're not going to tell me.
No, I'm going to tell you.
Where you're going, right?
No, I'm going to tell you. I'm not sure about my clothing choice, though. That's part of the question that I have for you. Edition. And the Matt Hasselbeck, part of our 10 for 10 as we celebrate our 10th anniversary, scheduled to appear at 11 o'clock edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the ESPN Wisconsin app, which is free, which is fully customizable, and which you can find both in the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson back up in Crivets, up north to some, out east to others. I saw that they're already getting use out of his shuffleboard, which I'm excited about. I'm glad that they're having some fun with that up in Crivets. So in his stead, we have Owen Dimple, the O-Dog, as our cousin sub of the day. Owen, good morning.
Good morning, Jason and Tausch. Glad to be back with you.
We're happy to have you. And from his undisclosed location, go Boo in a bar. He is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, buddy. It looks like you're not playing golf. You're not.
I'm not
break
playing
200.
golf. Yeah, you know better than that.
Okay. Will you play? Will you do? Because we're going to the ESPN Milwaukee Open on Tuesday, right? We're going to go down there. It's a great day. We got Jen, Gabe, and Chewy down there. We got Brusty and Kyle. We got the whole team. Everybody's doing their stuff. Will you? I'll play with you.
No.
Will we play? Can we play one hole together? Just the me, you, and Jesse.
Probably not.
Why?
As you may know, I don't take many days off, and I'm obviously not taking that day off.
Right.
But it is. But we are headed to a.
Yeah, I'm not saying play 18. Literally, we play one hole.
Maybe
because we're gonna hang out with partners anyways and teammates for a little bit. So I'm not asking you to take your day. Nope. I'm asking for one hole. The three of us. We chop it up.
Par 3?
Yeah, we chop it up because you're going to take a break. You got a nice, well-deserved vacation coming. I'm going to take a little vacation later in the month, so we won't see each other again for a while. I think we'll go a short par 4.
Okay. Well, the Bog is a beautiful course. I've actually played it.
Awesome.
Once upon a time.
Dells are open.
Indeed. So I look forward to being there. So no, I am not golfing today. What I am doing is heading.
You don't want to play Tuesday either, do you?
To the university.
Par 4. You get better than an 8. I never bring it up again in the entire rest of the show, however long it goes. I will never bring up breaking 200 again. Don't care if we have Andy North on, Strick, Jerry. It doesn't matter. I will not. Are we on board?
I don't think that one hole, if I shoot a 7, is going to be enough for you to hold yourself.
No, I promise you.
I understand.
You know I don't break promises. I don't break promises. I don't.
This
promises.
Is not a promise. This is more of a carrot to get me to do this. And then
it's not.
You're not.
It's not a carrot.
You're in a lot of ways. You're a very disciplined person. There's no way if I somehow pull a rabbit out of a hat.
I'm telling you, if you make 8 or less, you make 8 or less. No, triple bogey. If you make an 8,
again.
I promise you, I will.
No, it'll whet your appetite to try and get me to play more than one
hole.
You know it will.
No, Jason, my beak will be broken. I will be done. I will assure you of that. You could talk about Sid Madison golfing. I will not say, Jason, I don't think I won't do it. I won't. And I think it'll be fun. Matty Hayes wants to do it. I think we're all on board. I think it's going to be great.
All right. I would just like to emphasize
you got 3 days to think about it.
Thank you. Okay? Yes, I appreciate you giving me that time to contemplate it. I love you like a brother.
All right, where are you going?
I don't believe
Where are you going today? No, I do believe
Yeah,
myself.
I'm not
where
gonna.
are you going?
I'm not gonna sit here and say I got the Open, but in typical Tausch fashion, I thought I had something for you, and
Go
instead
for
it
it.
turned
We
into
got-
something
we got
else.
time.
Yeah, we got more time than money. I am headed to the University of Wisconsin Green Bay campus to have a conversation about a conversation.
Professor Wilde. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't have any UWGB attire. This is green. It's got green, so I went with this. But yes, I am meeting my friend Ryan Martin, who is the dean of the College of Letters and Science, to discuss the idea of having a conversation about a conversation of maybe teaching. So, and I thought showing up, it's too hot for a hoodie, so just going T-shirt and basketball shorts. I didn't think that would be appropriate. At the same time, I'm not going to go over there in a three-piece suit like Will Trent.
No, but you can put a coat on. Put a coat over the top of that.
I don't.
Elbow patches.
This is and a pipe. Yeah, glasses, pipe. Yep.
You don't need you don't smoke, so you don't need a pipe. But a little elbow patches.
I could just have it. I don't have to put anything in. I could bubble gum in it if I want. But
sure.
No, this is kind of an informal thing. If this was more of a formal, like I don't know, meeting.
What do they always say though,
bursar.
Jason? Don't dress for the job you have, which is you got numerous jobs. Dress for the job you want.
Well, I'll be honest with you. This is my John Madden. There's a guy who doesn't know if he wants to do this. So we're gonna have a conversation about a conversation.
You ain't gonna go over. You're not going over there. You're intrigued enough to go over there. That means you at least are entertaining it.
Yeah, look, I'm open to the idea.
No offense. What are you be professing? Like if I sign up for your class that you may end up teaching, what are you teaching?
Well, that's part of the conversation. I would say it will be a journalism mass communications course of some sort.
Big J. Big J. Okay.
Oh, what did you think I was going to be teaching? Like, what else would I be even remotely qualified for?
Packers? I don't know. That's why I asked. I asked the question. Parenting. You tell us. There's a lot of stuff that you qualified for.
If I may, you ultimately played 11 years in the National Football League. You are one of the most compelling stories I have ever covered in my quasi-illustrious career covering this team. But if I'm not mistaken, being the history major and a guy with a master's, were you going to become a teacher if the NFL dream had never occurred? And were you going to do it in high school, college? What was kind of your educational backup plan if this NFL thing hadn't worked out?
Look at what you're doing. This is the classic Wilde spin here. I'm asking you questions about your potential professorship.
No,
and you're asking me for a bio.
This is germane to what I'm asking.
Okay, it's germane. Jason, I believe I would have initially when I went to the University of Wisconsin, my goal was to be a teacher, and I've told I couldn't get into the School of Education, so I couldn't get my teaching certificate here. That was my goal. Again, I don't know how I couldn't get into the School of Education. That's a whole nother conversation I'm still a little irritated about, but it's life. You deal with it.
Sure.
That was my plan. I'm guessing had I not played in the NFL, I would have probably gotten into some type of business and or potentially administrative work in the education field. That's probably where I would have went.
But your thought before you realized that you were going to play in the National Football League was to be a teacher. And frankly, if there was one thing that I would have liked to have done, had it not been this, which I'd wanted to do since I was in like fourth grade, and I'm very fortunate to do all the things that I do, I would have liked to have been a teacher too. I think it's one of the noblest professions there are, and I would have preferred grade school or high school, but this is a potential opportunity to still be able to help people and help kids that have big dreams, and I'm excited about it. I don't know if it's going to work. As you well know, the schedule of the NFL can be a little bit taxing for both players and people who cover it, so I don't know what the window of opportunity will look like, but I think it would be really neat if it worked out. And I would be lying if I said I wasn't excited about the possibility. It's something I've thought about for years. I always thought maybe I could go back to UW-Madison and do it, where I have a lot of people in the journalism school that I think the world of. But this would be a great opportunity, and I'm excited. So you're saying that golf polo insufficient for an informal
you're fine.
tour of campus?
You do
Okay.
you, man. Hey, this is who you're going to be. So be who you're going to be. I would throw it, if you had a jacket with the little elbow patches, I think elbow patches scream professor to me.
I will. I'll tell you what. My first day of teaching.
I'll tell you what.
If that occurs.
I'll tell you what.
Here's a guy that doesn't own a sport coat that has elbow patches on it.
I don't think we're going to ask Owen. I don't think we're asking Owen.
No, we're not.
That's
why I was using my finger. Yeah. No. I will wear that for the first lecture if and when that occurs.
That seems fair.
We can even have Maddie come up and take social
If you're
media
at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, give me some percentages.
Well, I haven't even.
Because I'm guessing if you're an adjunct professor, you're not doing 5 days a week. You do 2 days a week would be my guess.
Again, these are all things that I don't know enough about.
Is it a 50-50 shot? Well,
I would say that in the famous words of not Bob Moore, but another great American orator, Jason Wilde.
Sky Moore?
The more convenient you can make it for me, the more appreciative I'll be. Because it needs to be, to some degree.
We are all well aware of that.
It's got to fit.
For sure.
It's got to fit the job that takes priority. So we'll see. Look, if it was up to me,
which job? Just for all of us at Wilde and Tausch, which job is that takes priority? Just
it is covering the Packers in a holistic manner, whether that is through the radio program, the written word,
comprehensive
or television. Comprehensive is an even better word, but it is Packers and nonsense with you. What is not nonsense is that if your windows suck, it is time to make the change, and I don't know what you've been waiting for. Paula and I made the switch. You, obviously, when you built your new home, had Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and there's a reason for it. They're the best.
Indeed they are, and if you're shopping for new windows and doors, you shouldn't have to sit there and just battle and haggle over every last thing. Pella sticks to straightforward pricing, honest conversations, helping homeowners find the right fit for their home. And they never use high-pressure sales tactics. When you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the same team that manufactures your windows and doors, they also sell them, install them, and they service them. Real pricing, premium quality, no game. Schedule your free in-home consultation today, PellaWI.com.
Owen is in charge today. God bless him. We're happy to have him back. We never really got to talk too much more about Jesse and his time up north, so he's got a few more days up there or out east, however you view it. But we're still here for an entire Friday edition of Wilde and Tausch, so stick around.
The Homer Hour with special guests every day from 5 to 6.
That's why I said the toughest part to me for the Packers is that the division is, I think, better than it's been.
The best 60 minutes of your day happens on the Homer Hour.
So the issue is, and I'm working on the T-shirt right now, this season is very simple.
This guy.
Got to win the damn division.
Weekday afternoons from 5 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We're in the heart of summer, and the 4th of July is behind us, but Sendix still has a lot of exciting things going on. Can brighten someone's day with a dozen roses, just $8.99. Then head to the wine and spirits department, where Stag's Leap Napa Valley Cabernet, only $29.99. More than half off the regular price. Well, if you prefer white wine, Stag's Leap Chardonnay, just $16.99. And New Riff Kentucky Straight Bourbon, $25.99. Summer produce is also at its best, too. Jumbo Northwest cherries, just $2.99 a pound. California peaches and nectarines, $2.49 a pound. And 2 pints of Michigan blueberries, just $6. If you love blueberries, Sendix is now taking pre-orders for 25-pound boxes of fresh Michigan blueberries. Reserve yours today at Sendix.com for pickup July 17th or 18th. Enjoy the best of summer with incredible savings on flowers, produce, wine, spirits, and more at Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group. With over 40 years of experience saving businesses money, we are on a mission to eradicate entrepreneurial poverty. Try saying that 5 times fast. Do you lose sleep at night trying to figure out how to make the next payroll? Are your vendors lined up outside the door? Are you cash on delivery? We can help. We have a proven process and strategy to turn your cash-sucking business into a cash-generating machine, so you can keep that cash in your pocket. It really works. We use it in our business, and many clients are successfully using it in their business. Ask Pam, who recently bought a business and asked us to help her see through the fog. Would you like to sleep at night knowing your bills are paid, take a vacation, or go out to eat with your spouse? You earned it. We help you keep it. Call us at 414-325-2040 to set up a complimentary consultation. That's 414-325-2040, or visit us at nealgroup.net. That's Neal Group.net.
Every homeowner has a list. That roof, those windows, that bathroom you've been meaning to update. If you've been putting off home improvements, you're not alone. At Exterior Pros and Baths, they help homeowners upgrade their homes with beautiful roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, and bathrooms built to last. Right now, save up to $3,000 on your next project. Don't wait until a small problem becomes an expensive one. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right, built to last.
Veterans, have you explored your benefits lately? The Wisconsin Department of Veterans Affairs stands ready to serve Wisconsin veterans, their families, and their survivors. With our partners like your local county or tribal veteran service officer, we can help access the benefits you've earned and the support you need. For more information, please visit wisvets.com. That's wisvets.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Veterans Affairs.
Kevin Rett from Mentality Men's Health. Here's what we've learned in treating 25,000 men. You can't just rely on testosterone alone anymore. To run at full capacity, your body needs peptide therapy on top of your TRT. Our physician's treatment designed to support your recovery, repair, and performance with peptide therapy. A custom plan around your numbers, monitored every step of the way. Testosterone levels the field and peptides drive your results. Start today at lowtusa.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike joins us once a week and occasionally during a Barry Alvarez interview, which was a mistake by me. And, of course, he always does Unsportsmanlike across ESPN Wisconsin and ESPN Radio nationally. And I saw this teased as, is Matt LaFleur on the hot seat?
No,
I don't.
He's not.
Yeah, and I don't think... I want to hear what Evan said. I didn't hear this morning or yesterday, whenever he said it. Unless he said it on GMA, then I might have caught it, but I wasn't watching that today either. The idea that Matt LaFleur could find himself there, but he's not there right now. Let's hear from Evan Cohen and try and understand exactly what Evco is saying about Matt LaFleur's temperature of his seat.
Number two on this list is a guy that could have been on the initial list of, we all know that he's on the hot seat, but he got a contract extension. I mean, Matt LaFleur has to be on this list, does he not? Green Bay Packers? At some point, this Green Bay Packers group has to put up or shut up. And what I mean by that is I have praised Brian Gutekunst, the general manager, so much. The guts to move on from Aaron Rodgers, the guts to go out there and give up tremendous draft capital and financial capital to get Micah Parsons, who now unfortunately is hurt and is going to miss probably half the season. At some point, you've got to put up or shut up. Jordan Love, Matt LaFleur combination. Never won a division, not gone to the Super Bowl, not been a top 5 MVP. Like, at some point, put up or shut up. And the Green Bay Packers, I get the loyalty. I get how good LaFleur is. I get that he'd be hired by another team in 2 seconds. That's not the issue. right? Like, it's same thing with the Ravens last year. It was understandable that the Ravens and John Harbaugh could say we should go our separate ways, just like it was maybe the best hire of any team in the offseason for the Giants to hire him like the next day. So it's completely understandable if Matt LaFleur and the Green Bay Packers after the season say, all right, you know what? Goodbye, see you later. And then LaFleur ends up as a head coach somewhere else. That doesn't mean he may not end up on the hot seat, CC.
He may, at the end there, he says may end up on the hot seat. It sounds to me like he thinks he's already on it.
Listen, man, I love Evan. You guys know that. It's July 10th. It's July 10th. I mean, this is what happens. July 10th. That's why I was hoping the World Cup, I was hoping our soccer team kept kicking Keister so he'd just keep rambling about how much I don't like soccer, you do, and some people are fake fans, some people aren't. That would be more fun. But Matt LaFleur, every coach that has championship aspirations is always going to feel heat. I said last year, if things went the way they did, I believe Matt LaFleur's seat last year was getting warm. I think the injuries, had things not played out, if things played out the same way they did and everybody was healthy, Tucker and Micah and everybody, and we saw that, I don't know how that plays out. Then I would say that seat is scorching. You just gave him a new contract. You don't give new contracts to people of 4 or 5 years. I don't know. Have they ever released the details on that yet? Probably not.
No.
Okay.
I think it's at least
kudos
3.
to them, man. Good. Hey, do whatever you guys want to do. That part of this, you don't do that if you're going to fire him the next year. Now, as I say all the time, Eddie Lacy, things happen quick, man. Mm-hmm. This league goes quick. If the Green Bay Packers miss the playoffs this year, heck yeah. But as far as we're sitting here on July 10th of 2026, no, man. He's not. There's probably 10 coaches I could tell you that are on a hotter seat. But I would say Kyle Shanahan's seat should be getting hot. I don't think he's going to get fired. But his seat, the pressure's on. The Rams keep getting better. There's a lot of coaches that if they don't win, they get fired. Matt LaFleur has won. He has not won to the degree Packer fans want. And at some point, you saw it with Buffalo. If you can't get over the hump and you keep getting there, you have to start knocking down barriers. And I think last year they thought, well, Mahomes is out. The Bills need to get it done. They didn't. Gone. Mm-hmm. At some point, Matt LaFleur has to start knocking down barriers. And last year was a setback. That's why after that Bears game, people, very smart people, made commentary on the LaFleur. I can't imagine he being back in the locker room. And there's other people that said, I don't know how you recover from this. Hey, welcome to the NFL. You get gut punched. You don't make emotional, reactive decisions. You sit and you look holistically, comprehensively, like you will as an adjunct professor. You look at these things all comprehensively, and Matt LaFleur is a good football coach. Has he been a great coach in Green Bay? The only way you get great is by getting it done. And that's Matt LaFleur's job this year, and forever along he is going to be the coach here.
I get a kick out of Evan when he talks about Goody, who, again, just like you just said about LaFleur, is Brian Gutekunst a good GM? Yes. Is he a very good GM? Yes, I believe that. But where they're at on their offensive line, where they're at corner, where they're at edge rusher without Micah Parsons, which precipitates making the deal to get Micah Parsons, right? Because you paid Rashan Gary to be your Micah Parsons, and he most definitely was not. There's some culpability there, too.
It's 100% difference in pay, just so that we're being accurate. $24 million to $47 million. That's a pretty big gap of pay. I just want to make sure we're crystal clear about that.
The extension that Rashan Gary got 2+ years ago, though, was October of 2023, and it was 4 years, $96 million. Wasn't that different? Okay. Obviously, when you trade for Micah Parsons.
How much money? Fair enough, but all I'm saying is you can't compare the two. You could say that they wanted him to be Micah Parsons.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm not saying he was.
A lot of us would love to be Tom Cruise, and we want a lot of things. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. I'd love to star in Top Gun. I think that'd be an awesome gig. Doesn't mean my big keister's going to fit in a fighter jet, and I'm going to be jumping off of cliffs. That's not Reality is different. Micah Parsons, nobody ever thought Rashan Gary is going to be Micah Parsons. Do we think Rashan Gary is going to be better than what he was? Yes, we did.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't. Micah Parsons is a blank and freak show. So I think the comping those two, I don't think is fair.
If yes or no, if Rashan Gary is meaningfully better than what he turned out to be, do they trade for Micah Parsons and give up the assets and pay the money that they did?
Absolutely.
Really?
You can get Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons has always been a much better football player than Rashan Gary. Nobody, I think even Rashan Gary, I don't know if he's got a brother. I know Micah's got a brother. I think everybody can agree on that. Now, to the varying degrees and money and all that those things play a difference. But if you can get Micah Blanken Parsons in his prime, yes, you go get him. You can have not enough? Like, come on, man. Of course you do. Like, that's not even a question.
Again, I think trades like that come with significant risk, and we, myself included, have been swept up in the euphoria and the charisma and the magnetism that he has, and the fact that he's a blanking really good football player. No two ways about it. He had an impact from the moment he arrived.
Would you ever ask that question about Reggie White? If Rashan Gary was playing in 1992 and Reggie White was available and Rashan Gary was super,
but they
you'd say, "Oh no, we're not going to get Reggie because Rashan." Like, come on, Jason, you know that's crazy talk.
All right. First of all, they gave up a lot more assets to trade and pay for Micah Parsons. That's one.
But
Two,
you can't give up enough assets for a great player, Jay. You know that.
Yeah.
Would the Packers, let me ask you this, would Mike Holmgren and Ron Wolf have given up 2 firsts and John Yurkovich back in 91, 92 for Reggie White? You know they would. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, but they did not have 2 guys that they drafted to play that position in the first round with the expectation of them being their own homegrown version of that.
They drafted Vonnie Holiday when they had Reggie White there, Jay.
At
in the first
end
round.
of his career.
96. Wasn't it 96 or 97 they drafted him?
98 was Vonnie's rookie year, which also happened to be Reggie's last year with the Packers, and then you got him in 2000 after he took a sabbatical during that 99 season. Look, the last time they had a top-flight defensive end in Green Bay before they signed Reggie going into the 93 season.
Yep.
No, he was after. Tim Harris, right? Like you, a Packers Hall of Famer.
Oh, the old 6-shooter.
Yeah. You know, the last year Tim Harris played for the Green Bay Packers? 1990. Now, would I have loved to have seen
Alfonso Carricker.
Yeah,
remember
1984
Alfonso?
first-round pick. Yeah,
what a name.
Florida State, I believe. If they still had Tim Harris and they signed Reggie White, sure, great. 93. Tim Harris has been there now since 1986. Great pass rusher, sure. They went and got Reggie White because they didn't even make the playoffs in 92. By the way, remember?
But Jason, I get your point, and I understand it. But I'm telling you, great organizations are never going to turn down bringing in a great blanking player. Someone that's better than who they have. Reggie White was better than Tim Harris. Micah Parsons is better than Rashan Gary. Micah Parsons is one of the top 10 players in the league in his prime. I don't care if you got 22 great pass rushers. I want that guy on my team. I'll get rid of or trade those other assets because I want this cat.
So if no team is going to pass up having Micah Parsons on their team and paying the price that the Packers paid of a quarterback-level contract, 2 first-round picks, and a 3-time Pro Bowl defensive tackle, which I love Yurko as much as anybody. I don't think he was a 3-time Pro Bowler,
I was
but
trying to think of other D linemen.
No, I thought it was really good. No, believe me, I thought that was great the way you did that. My point is that why wasn't there a line around the block for trade offers for Micah Parsons to the Cowboys? The only other one that was even reported,
the Cowboys wouldn't trade him to Philly.
That was the only other team that was even reported.
That you know of. If people thought they could get Micah Parsons for 2 firsts, you don't think they'd do it. Come on.
How many teams
the timing
tried
of
to
it was crazy.
How many teams tried to trade for Khalil Mack when the Bears got him? I know of only one other one, and it was the Green Bay Packers, who, by the way, in 2018, when that trade was occurring, did not have a top-flight pass rusher or a first-round pick they had spent on a pass rusher, so they needed someone who was of that caliber. I'm saying that when we look at the moves that Goody gets so much credit for, and deservedly so, because that was a bold stroke, it was also precipitated, much like the other moves that they made. Going and paying Aaron Banks is related to being wrong, in his opinion, on Josh Myers and letting him walk, and then him actually kind of kindling his career with the Jets, right? Signing Josh Jacobs is the result of being wrong about Quadzilla, right? Signing Xavier McKinney is the result of being wrong about Darnell Savage. And by the way, those 19 first-round picks that they were unwilling to give up for Khalil Mack in the trade that they proposed ended up being Rashan Gary and Darnell Savage, both of whom they replaced with better versions because they were wrong about their first-round picks.
I mean, you can look at things in 2 different ways. You can look at it and say, I was wrong about this, or you can say, I upgraded my roster. And I got 5 years of cheap labor on a draft pick that gave us good work. But we felt like it wasn't worth the payment moving forward. And in Rashan Gary's case, yes, you paid him, but the way that was structured, I don't know how much money Rashan Gary walked out the building with, but it was not $96 million. I'm guessing it was half of that. And he gave us good production. I know fans are very down on him, and some of the clips that people showed. Rashan Gary was a good, not great football player for Green Bay for 7 years. And I think the fact that you could go out and make a big move like this, you could say, well, it means you stunk with Rashan Gary. No, Rashan Gary gave you 6 or 7 good years. This league, reminder, 4 years, 3 to 4 years is a career for most players. I don't care what round you're drafted, unless it's a first-round pick. If you get 3 or 4 good years from a third or fourth-round pick, you're gonna be all right with that. If you didn't pay him Bonko dollars, it comes back to, what are we going to pay you the Bonko dollars that second time around? We'd love to do it, but Goody has shown the discipline to say, I'm not doing it. I'll go younger, or I'm going to go expensiver, and it's going to be big time. And that's what he's done. And some of it's worked, some of it hasn't. Hey, welcome to the NFL. I don't know anybody with an 80% hit rate. You're at 60% in the NFL. You're a Hall of Blank and Famer.
We wound up on this off-ramp because my point was going to be, I would like to understand why the conversation, whether it's from Evan or others, is always about Matt LaFleur's seat temperature and very rarely about Goody's. That's the only question I'm asking.
Because the coach is the front face. The coach is the front face of the organization. They set the tone for your team. The general manager is a behind-the-scenes accumulator and builder. That's why. Like, do you get mad when if you're getting great? I'm not going to even go down that analogy because it's not good enough for my standards, so I'm going to stop.
Does it involve jumping out of a window or looking at the view?
No.
Okay.
That does not.
All right. There's another topic that's out there, Packers related, that I am undeniably intrigued by. And
we
that
can all agree that LaFleur is not on the hot seat as we sit here on the 10th of July.
Yes, we can definitely agree on that.
What if Shine On Sports is right and we're 0-2? Is the seat hot?
I will go back to what Matt LaFleur said when he was asked in a press conference if he felt like he was coaching for his job.
Was it in front of the big screen, or was it
No, this
down
was
at
back in the old place. Yeah, this was last season. I can't remember the timing of it. It was definitely, I think it might have been after they lost the Bears game in Chicago in the regular season. But his answer was, I feel like in this job, you're always coaching for your job. And he clearly was not expecting that question.
Right.
That was not
He's
like a canned,
right.
Hey, what am I going to say if somebody asks me if I'm coaching for my job? He was, I was there. I saw his kind of look on his face. I don't think he saw that question coming. And so it was not a prepared reply. I thought it was an outstanding answer. Because that's exactly how coaches, even ones that have really good football teams, or maybe even especially ones that have really good football teams, should answer that question. So
who's the most bulletproof coach in the NFL? Because I think people, even in Kansas City, are kind of like, Andy Reid's washed. The bad season. Like, I think people, not that he's going to get fired, but I think Sean Payton probably has the most.
I was going to say Sean McVay.
Leash. Yep, both of those guys would be the only people that I would say got the great air. Like, I just got my new Tahoe from Zimbrick Chevy in Sun Prairie. Great air-conditioned seats. It's been hot. Those are the only two dudes in the NFL, I'd say, that are sitting on air-conditioned seats. They could start off 0-6, and they're not getting fired next year.
Wait, so in the wintertime, the seats get hot to keep your little tushy warm because it's freezing outside. And then there's a button that in the summertime.
Well, you know what's funny about it? I don't even have to. Used to, you'd have to hit the button.
It like senses your
it would warm
temperature.
up.
It senses your butt temperature and decides whether to cool it off.
I don't know if it's butt temperature, if it's just the temperature of the outside, but they know. Like, matter of fact, there's always that. I don't know what the line of delineation is, but it gets to be fall and it starts getting a little chilly. Red. It shows up as red on your screen, and obviously the last 2 or 3 weeks with it being piping hot, it's blue, and you can kind of feel it. It's almost like you're sitting back on a sideline, like misting. It doesn't mist because they don't want to get your seat wet, but yeah, cold air. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful
So if
thing.
we did this with Matt LaFleur's seat as a coach, right now it's not. The air conditioning's not on because it's too warm for him, and the heat isn't on.
But the heat seater's not either. No.
Right.
Yeah, he's just chilling.
If they start 0-2, though, they might turn the cooling aspect on.
So there's three buttons you could have. 3 is where it's super hot. Then you could click it down to 2 where it's like mid, and then 1 is like just a little bit. And I would say if you get 2 losses right out of the gate, he'd be at 1 bar. Then all of a sudden, if he's like 0-4 going into the Bear game, I hate to tell Matt, but that thing would be to me, the ultimate hot seat is planes, trains, and automobile. When the car starts on fire and the seats completely are gone. That is where you don't ever want to get John Candied if you're Matt LaFleur.
Do you think this vehicle is appropriate for highway travel?
Yeah,
yes, I do.
I do.
Yes, I do. It's not much to look at. Yes, I do.
Well, 100.5 still's on. I can still listen to Wilde and Tausch. It's the damnedest thing. I don't know how it works, but it does.
Oddly enough, the radio still works. If you don't have an appreciation for planes, trains, and automobiles, you may be in the wrong place because that might be our favorite film of a show that we have. All right, we need to move forward, and we will do that after I tell you, hey, maybe you've been in an accident that has left your vehicle looking a lot like the planes, trains, and automobiles vehicle, and it wasn't your fault, and you maybe suffered even an injury in it. Well, there's only one call to make. Grubel offices. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666, 414-276-6666, or go to the website, gruber-law.com, to find out more about the firm, all the great things David and his team do in our communities, and, of course, start the process if you've been injured in an accident. Grubel offices. One call, that's all. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. Whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
You never know when someone you care about might need a place like Curative Care. For more than a century, Curative Care has been helping children, adults, and families across southeast Wisconsin navigate developmental disabilities and find the support they need to thrive. They help families every step of the way, from early childhood through adulthood. They connect parents with resources, provide guidance through challenging times, and create a community where people truly belong. If you know someone who may be looking for answers and support for a loved one with developmental disabilities, visit curative.org. That's curative.org. Do it today.
The biggest sporting event in the world, and a superior light beer to match it. From the pitch to the pour, Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Enjoy Michelob Ultra while watching FIFA World Cup 26 at Zocalo Milwaukee, Social House Menominee Falls, Nomad World Pub Milwaukee, and Three Lions Shorewood. Michelob Ultra, enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch, Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Buying a new roof might not be the most exciting thing you'll do this year, but for us at Big Fish Contracting, being chosen to do that roof for you not only provides income for multiple families in southeastern Wisconsin, but has a global reach and impact around the world. To us, it's more than just a roof. We've been earning trust for over 2 decades, roofing, siding, windows, and more. Go to bigfishcontracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Your garage can be more than just a place to park your car. Hey, it's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Whether it's your workshop, your project space, or where you store all the gear that comes with living an active Wisconsin lifestyle, Closets by Design can help make the most of it. Customary cabinetry, wall storage systems, and durable flooring solutions designed specifically for the way that you use the space. Right now, you can get 40% off, plus ask about special financing options. Schedule your free in-home design consultation today at closetsbydesign.com and tell them Jen sent you.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Bruss talking about our great friends at Road America. Turn your day into an experience at Road America. Just a short drive from Milwaukee and Green Bay, this legendary track offers more than just racing. Walk the grounds, explore every corner, and watch action from wherever you want. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult at the gate. And on-site camping lets you stay all weekend. WeatherTech Vintage Weekend with Brian Redmond is coming to Road America July 16th through the 19th. Great food, great views, and non-stop action. Road America, where racing meets the outdoors. Check out roadamerica.com.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
I need to do some serious self-evaluation because I just went upstairs. Paula wasn't up when I came down to do the show. They were out late last night, her and the girls, for Sid's tryout for volleyball.
Were you not out with them?
No, I was, but I got a radio show to do. I can't sleep in. I talked to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy at 7:15.
But you guys were all out late.
Right, but anyway.
What's out late? What's out late to you?
Yeah, like 10 o'clock.
Okay.
So I walk upstairs and I get, why are you all dressed up? So again, I don't know if I've set that low of a standard that a golf polo and golf shorts qualifies as dressed up, but I need to really take a closer look at my image before I become an adjunct professor, that's for sure. And I'm curious, because I've got Josh DiMaggio getting after me on the private talk and text line. What's been the feedback from our conversation on the carbless talk and text line, 844-770-3776? Carbless less is more.
I think the one the one that sticks out to me is that Ian in East Troy says, if the food sucks, do you blame the chef or whoever ordered the groceries?
You blame the chef. You're not going. You don't know who's buying the groceries. The chef is putting the chef. It's up to the chef to not. If you're going to get subpar ingredients, say I'm not doing it. If you don't think you can win with your guys, or you don't think you can make a meal with that produce and that protein, you don't make the meal. I'm not putting garbage out there and it's saying, oh yeah, that's not what I'm doing if I'm a chef. You've seen these cooking shows. These chefs are crazy. I watched this show, the Below Deck. These chefs are nuts. They're so detailed. If you're great, you're not doing it. I got bad produce. I ain't making it. I got some. You know, Seinfeld, Costanza's. He's out there trying to make his meat that's outdated. He gets everybody sick. That's on the chef. Chef says, no, I ain't making it. You give me old stank meat, I'm not making it. I ain't gonna poison my staff. I'm not poisoning my clients. No.
So, wait a minute. If that's the analogy, then if the chef...
Well, it's Ian's analogy. It's not mine.
So, right, but if Matt LaFleur does not have the option to say, I'm not making this meal then, if he doesn't think the... Like, do you think that if we're using
He doesn't have an option. He's a free agent. He could say, you're not getting it done for me. This isn't working.
Yeah, he can't do that in season, though, right? Like, he's got to make the meal
season,
based
on
what he has
this off-season.
in the fridge. Sure.
You certainly could have. You don't think Mike McCarthy at some point in 16, 17 thought, you guys are asking me to win with some stale old produce. You want me to make these great meals, and you got me a great duck or a great turkey in my quarterback, but I don't get any seasoning. I got no produce. You're giving me stuff that I can't work with. You don't think Mike thought that? Of course he did.
Did he quit?
He didn't. Do you think he's frustrated? Maybe wished he would have done things differently.
I
and
think
maybe
he
in
was...
15 and 16 with how personnel things were done. Oh, I bet he'd like to go back and say, yo, this ain't working. We need something different. Or, oh, Mike, the ball coach ain't going to be here. Yeah, I believe that could have happened.
And then they did something different, and then old Mike, the ball coach, was no longer there. Right? I mean, that's how it ended up working out for him. Look, I'm not saying – this is why I always get frustrated with these types of topics. I am not saying that Goody sucks. I just feel like he always escapes the level of criticism comparatively to the coach. And I understand
Jason
that the coach
Wilde,
is
quick question for you.
I get it. Yes.
Quick question for you. You've said this 100 times.
I know I have.
Was this team built after they picked up Micah Parsons and headed to Denver? Was this team good enough to win a Super Bowl last year?
Yes. Yep.
What else do you want from Goody?
Wait, what else do you want from LaFleur? Were they good enough after all those injuries happened?
I don't want us to blow a 21-3 lead. I don't want us to blow a 16-6 lead. I don't know. I don't want to give up 400 yards rushing against the Ravens team. Like, there's stuff that I don't want.
And those are all on him because he's the head ball coach, right?
Listen, being a head ball coach, you are the front face of your organization. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I loved where they were at. in the third quarter in Denver. There's no two ways about that.
I think Matt LaFleur loved where they were at.
Yeah, I think Goody did
and
too.
Obviously, losing Micah was a big blow, but you can't go 0-5. I think that's the point.
You can't, even if one of those is a Bishop's Charities game. Again, ifs and buts, candy and nuts, et cetera, if Romeo Dobbs recovers that onside kick instead of botching it, they win that game. Then the least important game I've ever covered in my career is a hell of a lot more important because you go in and you win in Minnesota.
Yep.
You go in and win in Minnesota and you win the division. People forget that. All because you can't field a damn onside kick. And again, this was not Brandon Bostic trying to field an onside kick that he wasn't supposed to field, that he was supposed to let Jordy Nelson field. This was the guy that is supposed to be able to handle the onside kick, fumbling
Jason,
the onside kick. Yeah.
Who is better at their job? Is LaFleur a better chef, or is Goody a better...
Ooh.
Whatever you want to call it. I don't know, the grocery game. We'll call our friends at Sendix to get that produce buyer, meat provider. I don't know exactly what you'd all
provider.
Yeah.
UW Provisions. I think it's a great question that we should spend some time on in the 10 o'clock hour and take calls on. That's what I think.
All right.
So we're going to play trivia first. Owen, what's today's category, and what caller would you like?
Today's category is Wisconsin sports uniforms. Kind of a fun one today.
What are you watching back there? Is that
watching?
Wimbledon you got on your screen?
No, Spectrum News 1.
Oh, interesting.
It was on when I got
on the ones.
You and Wilde are on the same page. I was actually thinking when the Sinner match, the show's going to be tough for me. I'm thinking about flipping on Sinner Djokovic. Once
do you have a
match
TV
starts.
in that room where you'd be able to watch it?
I do.
I
do. I never turn it on because you know how distracted I get. But with that match, probably going to be the last time these boys play each other. Yeah. I'm probably going to tune in.
Instead of watching Maury Povich, You're Not the Father, like you were yesterday.
Correct.
I had never seen that before. That was enlightening. All right, the category is Wisconsin sports uniforms. Owen, what caller do you want?
Povich was married to Connie Chung.
He was, yeah.
Povich was married to Connie Chung.
Yeah, and I don't know if they had any kids, but I presume he was the father. What caller would you like, Owen?
We're going to do caller number 19 today.
Number 19, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. We will play after Tausch tells us about Outdoor Living Unlimited and the big plans he and Sarah have at home.
We do. We have a great outdoor project coming, and we met with Aaron and Eric Brown, brothers and owners of Outdoor Living Unlimited, and we felt like they were the perfect guys to work with, share the same hardworking values, and I love the fact that Outdoor Living Unlimited is family-owned and locally operated. And, man, their showroom, it's a must-see. It's a must-see, I'll tell you. There is so much great stuff in there. It makes it hard to even figure out what you all want to have. They have so much great stuff. You want a new deck, an outdoor kitchen, screen room, hot tub, whatever it is, Outdoor Living Unlimited is a must. You can start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com. and you end with an amazing outdoor space. Check them out, OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Trivia's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. All the antics.
We had the same situation when I played with Holmgren.
You okay?
I almost broke my chair.
Yeah, you almost fell out of your chair there.
All the action.
Micah Parsons is healthy, and if Tucker Kraft is healthy, the Packers are in that Super Bowl. I think that they would have run through the NFC. I think they beat Seattle. I think that they are the NFC representative in that game.
The best of both worlds lives right here. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Chris Canty.
Everybody around the NBA knew you had to trade Jaylen Brown because in the coming weeks, he was eligible for a 2-year, $145 million extension that you weren't going to give him. Everybody knew that that was your shot clock, and they knew that it would be an untenable situation if you held on to him. The value would continue to plummet because it would become increasingly clear that you don't want him around. The minute he becomes eligible for that extension and you don't give it to him, that is a distressed asset. And all of a sudden now, you're getting pennies on the dollar. Hell, you already took pennies on the dollar. So Brad Stevens and the Boston Celtics say, yeah, we wanted optionality. No. That is the default. That is the silver lining in what otherwise is one of the most infamous trades that we've seen this decade in the association.
This is a special notice to U.S. taxpayers owing $10,000 or more to the IRS. Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying taxpayers that tax relief initiatives are now available that may significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe. If you're afraid of an IRS lien, levy, or wage garnishment, don't lose hope. You can now take advantage of these current relief programs to end all collections, reduce the amount you owe, and resolve your tax problem. Even if you have years of unfiled tax returns or are already in a payment plan, you may still qualify for significant relief. Struggling taxpayers can now get relief they need during these hard economic times. A hotline has been established by Tax Relief Advocates for you to call and see what you qualify for. They are A+ rated with the BBB and have over 1,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait. Call 800-575-9087, 800-575-9087. That's 800-575-9087, or simply visit TRA.com.
Wisconsin State Fair turns 175 this summer, and we only get better with age. Join us for 11 days of fun, iconic traditions, grand champion moments, and food that's absolutely worth the hype. Celebrate 175 years together and get your tickets today at WIStatefair.com. Wisconsin State Fair, presented by T-Mobile, August 6th through 16th. We'll see you there.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here from MoMA. Battling a sore knee, a shoulder, elbow, hand, neck, back, or foot pain? MoMA can get you back in the game. MoMA is the new Midwest Orthopedic and Musculoskeletal Alliance, connecting trusted local providers like OIW, SMOC, and Innovative Pain, with expert care and innovative treatments provided in their offices. The Surgery Center, Ortho Laser, Smart Scan, or MOSH. With the best orthopedic care and recovery, MoMA can get you back to doing what you love. Call or walk in today.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855-PELLA-WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Play a little trivia presented by Cousin Subs and Vortex Golf.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is brought to you by Cousin Subs. Cool down with the summer shake from Cousin Subs. Enjoy 4 delicious flavors: vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, and mint. Cousin Subs, we believe in better. And by Vortex Golf. Trivia winners this week receive a hat, ball marker, sticker, and a blade rangefinder courtesy of Vortex Golf. Rangefinders you can bet on.
Let's welcome in our contestants. Here's Jeff in Greenfield. Jeff, good morning. How you doing today?
Good morning. I'm doing well.
We are good as well. The category is Wisconsin sports uniforms, presumably in honor of the Shamrock Series uniforms that the Badgers unveiled this week. Question number 1 is this. Wisconsin unveiled a new uniform for its 2026 Shamrock Series game at Lambeau Field. Who is the Badgers' Week 1 opponent? Is it Notre Dame, Minnesota, or St. Norbert College?
That would be Notre Dame.
How would we feel about opening against Minnesota every year rather than closing out the season?
How would we feel about opening up against St. Norbert College?
I would hope we'd feel pretty good about it.
It would be a big payout, I would hope, for St. Norbert College. I don't know. I kind of like the fact that it's at the end of the year, right? It's tradition and stuff.
I don't disagree.
Is there someone you would like to open with every year?
No, I do think it would be nice to. I wouldn't be opposed to starting the season against Minnesota either.
Okay.
I'd be up for that.
Question 2, Jeff. In 2024, the Green Bay Packers introduced a sleek, all-white uniform featuring a white helmet, white jersey, and white pants. What is the name of that alternate uniform? Is it the Acme Packers, Winter Warning, or Rivalries?
Winter Warning.
What do you think of those all-white unis there, old boy?
I would not have liked them at all.
No.
I would not have liked them one bit.
That right there is...
I think that's more for the sleeker fellas.
Indeed.
I think Tausch would have looked well in it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you.
I would just...
I always get a kick out of the Winter Warning. They played the Texans, I think, one year in, like, October.
Yeah,
on a
that's
Winter
true.
Warning game.
You're right
It's like,
about
what
that.
What are we doing here? But,
that's one of those questions that you already know the answer to, and you ask it anyway. And you delivered just the way I'd hoped, so thank you for your service. Jeff, question number 3, and an opportunity to go 3 for 3 and have 4 entries into our drawing, which I think Owen is going to do a little bit later in the program. The Milwaukee Brewers debuted new City Connect uniforms to begin the 2026 season. What Wisconsin nickname appears across the front of those jerseys? Is it Scotty, Brew Crew, or Wisco?
That would be Wisco.
And we're kind of meh on those? Is that our position on that?
oh, I love the color. I like them.
The Wisco, though, like I feel like, Jeff, where are you at?
I don't think they're bad. They're better than the Packers winter uniform, that's for sure.
I don't think they're bad is not entirely a ringing endorsement.
People don't like Wisco. People don't like Wisco.
That's the vibe I get, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Otherwise,
what would
the
the alternative
they look okay,
have been?
though, color-wise.
Yeah, I like the colors, too, and the Barrel Man.
The color scheme is great.
Yeah.
I like it. I
Okay.
don't know. People are
So
going
we're
to
all in
get
the
mad
same
about
spot.
stuff. That's just how it goes. I don't mind either.
Well,
It's not
what
my
matters most, Jeff, is you have nothing to be mad about because you went 3 for 3. That means you've got 4 entries into our drawing. I'm not sure about this. Owen will have to fact check me, but I think you might be the only one who had a perfect day this week. So that gives you a little bit of an inside track, but you never know what happens when we draw from the cheese fry helmet. Thanks for playing, buddy. We appreciate your loyalty to the show. Have a good one.
You bet. Thank you.
Did we not trust Owen to do this live? Because I love doing the live draw. And then we do the little drum rattle and to see if Jeff wins live on air. Are we nervous, Owen, about that? Or
I would like to be very clear on this. That was not a lack of trust in Owen. When Jesse does it, he has in the rundown that we are going to draw the winner with
I understand
the last, and it doesn't say that, so I did not want to put Owen in a position where I said, all right, Owen, draw the winner, and have him not be ready.
Yeah, I'm planning that at 11:30, right before we start Whoa Nelly.
No, Owen, you'll do it now.
Whoa, Owen.
Right now.
Whoa. Yeah, do it now. We'll get Jeff back on the phone. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Just do it live.
Okay, so we will draw this week's trivia winner a little bit later in the program, as Owen just reminded us. And look, I don't need to get away. I'm not going anywhere far during the couple of days off that I'm going to take the next couple of weeks. We're going to go to Madison for the Badgers volleyball camp. But if you do feel like you need to get away and you don't want to hop on a plane and you don't want to board a cruise ship, you can still feel like you've escaped if your next getaway is in Milwaukee to Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Start with the stay, the biggest hotel rooms in all of Milwaukee. Nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites. And on top of that, you're just steps away from all the cool stuff happening inside. And you know, I love eating there. It's one of my favorite things. I've been to the Dream Dance Steakhouse. I've been to the Marketplace. Rockin' Brews is my personal favorite. I've been to the Canal Street Cafe. I have not been to Ruyi Asian Kitchen. It's on my to-do list, and maybe next time in Milwaukee we'll make it over there. And they've got the Cream City Coffee Company as well. Food and drink specials happening all the time. And if you're planning a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary, perhaps a 10th anniversary, their event spaces are built to make it unforgettable. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, and a full night out all in one place at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch kicks off in 2 minutes, so stick around.
It all started with a small storefront and a big promise. Treat every customer just like family. For decades, local families have trusted Sendix to provide the freshest food, the warmest smiles, and a place where community comes first. From generation to generation, we have grown together. Because Sendix is more than just a grocery store. It's home. Thank you for allowing us to serve you for the past 100 years. Here's to the next 100 years. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
Your premier Michigan golf getaway includes rounds at Sweetgrass and Sage Run. Book Monday through Wednesday for best availability. Savor elevated dining and unwind at the full-service Drift Spa between rounds. Grab quick bites in the expanded Sage Run Clubhouse or refresh overlooking the 9th and 18th at Sweetgrass. It's all part of an unforgettable golf experience at Island Resort and Casino. Plan your getaway at islandresortgolf.com.
Mark Tauscher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient local branches, easy to use mobile banking app, rewards checking with early payday, and that beautiful Bucky debit card. Also, they've been serving Wisconsin since 1931, which means they have local expertise that's actually local. So stop by a branch or visit uwcu.org to join today and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Feels like the world is a little broken lately. Maybe all we need is a fix. Most spirits are acidic. Fix Vodka is different. Fix Vodka is the world's first high-alkaline, acid-free vodka. Handcrafted with natural spring water and select grain. Clean, smooth, done right. Better water, better vodka. Get your local Fix.
Fix Vodka.
Enjoy responsibly.
This is Wisconsin basketball head coach Greg Gard. This is 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD2, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Time now for headlines as we predict what will happen on Sunday as the Packers take on the Vikings at Lambeau Field.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
I'm going to do something crazy.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at ESPN Milwaukee.
I'm going to say Kissing Cousins, Pack Bikes tie.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
He missed it again! And will end this crazy game in a tie. Oh, my goodness.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. I think I remember your question from before trivia, which I think was who's better at their job? Matt LaFleur or Brian Gutekunst? Was that what it was? Or am I wrong?
It's more, I mean, in essence, what I was asking is who do you have more confidence in, LaFleur or Goody? Because I think it's pretty clear on this show, I have more confidence in Goody. You have more confidence in LaFleur. That's how I read. I mean, I think that's how our fans view us. I think Matt LaFleur is a really smart coach. I think there's some things that just haven't gotten over the hump. And I think with Goody, he has shown he's not going to sit and let something develop over a long period of time. He's going to make moves. Oh, the backup quarterback's not good enough. We're going to go trade and get somebody.
Yeah, that was a great move.
Oh, the kicker's not good enough. Oh, we're going to go do this. Oh, our pass rush isn't good enough. We're going to give up a haul and go get Micah Parsons. That's what he's done. Oh, we're going to sign guys that we want. If you're not good enough, we're not paying you a second contract. Now, we can disagree if some of those moves in the Josh Myers, great example, should have kept him. The Aaron Banks thing so far, a little dicey. A lot of money, a little dicey. So there's there's pluses and minuses on both sides. There's not like a right or wrong answer. In my opinion, Brian Gutekunst has shopped good enough for this team to be better than what it is. I think his groceries are there to make really good meals, and it's up to the chef to make a really good meal unbelievable. Seasoning, how you cook something, how you present it, all of those things are on the chef. It is up to the owner of that restaurant to have the right buyers in place, the suppliers, making sure all of that stuff is on time so it's not rotten. That's what you do, and I believe Brian Gutekunst has gotten enough quality, protein, produce, and things in place for us to have meals that are good enough to go win. That's
all right. So let's go through the and I love this topic. The question I think you phrased perfectly. It's not clickbaity. It's not full outragey. It's just very simple. Which of the two do you have more confidence in? I always hate it when we do who do you blame for this? Blame. That's a really good.
Who's better at their job? Who's better at their job?
Well, I couldn't remember how you phrased it, and I was workshopping it. I love the way you phrased this. Who do you have more confidence in as a Packers fan, Brian Gutekunst or Matt LaFleur, and why? Why do you feel that way? 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Liss is more. I think that is a substantive, meaningful conversation to have on July 10th, as opposed to who's on the hot seat. And so I really like it. Do I think, when I look at the Brian Gutekunst era, and I also factor in the fact that he followed a guy who I think there was lots of frustration in the fan base, even though he built a Super Bowl championship roster and had a team that went to multiple other NFC championship games, and also drafted a Hall of Fame quarterback. Which
Ted Thompson's roster in 2014 is as good as we've had. I would put that up against the 96 roster.
I agree.
Period.
No. And it took an epic meltdown to prevent that team from getting to another Super Bowl. And as we have talked about many times, that meltdown in Seattle changed legacies for Ted, for Mike, for Aaron Rodgers. It was really not good. Brian Gutekunst.
Pretty good analysis.
Thank you.
That's pretty good analysis.
Well, I was trying to get
that
to
was really pretty not good. Pretty. Is there any way you could understate that anymore? What did you think of that Seattle meltdown, NFC Championship game? Well, that's the kind of stuff you're going to get at UWGB adjunct professorship. That was pretty not good. Sign me up. I'll tell you what. If I'm getting that analysis,
I'll get you a syllabus.
I'm not even gonna do that remotely. I'm driving up to go to take that class in person.
We'd love to have you. I would say this: when it comes to that game, I don't think
What'd you think of that Super Bowl loss? What'd you think of 4th and 26? That's pretty not good. Pretty not good. I can't say any better.
Are you done?
Oh, and make sure you grab that pretty not good and make sure that's a drop because I got a hunch. What did you think of that segment, boys? Pretty not good.
Could have definitely played that after the Alvarez
Am
interview.
I going to be done with this anytime soon? I don't envision that being the case.
I still have people, when I bring up the 2014 NFC Championship game, who say too soon. So my pretty not good, I don't think I need to articulate how awful it was. I think there are
good thing, 'cause you
Packers
didn't.
fans. I definitely didn't. 2018, Mike McCarthy gets fired. That is Goody's first year as the GM. 2019, he goes out and signs Zadarius Smith, Preston Smith, Billy Turner, and Adrian Amos in free agency. By the way,
NFC
2018 is also
Championship
the
game.
year that he says bye-bye to Jordy Nelson under the guise of, well, Aaron won't treat Devontae Adams as the number one receiver if we keep Jordy around. Starts the process.
Was that ever vocalized?
Yes, by him to me. We've talked about it before. He said that to me. That was
I've
our
never
argument.
heard that, or I've never. That's not not good, or pretty not
the concern,
good.
That is pretty not good. I said, I don't understand what the thought process is, and he said, and this goes to again to his older players stunt the growth of younger players. His argument was that if we kept Jordy, that it would prevent Devontae from becoming the number one receiver. To which I replied, no. And not only that, but here's the problem. The other three people that were involved were Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, and Jordy Nelson. You know what they all agreed on? That Devontae Adams was the number one wide receiver. Do you know when the moment was that he became the number one wide receiver? When Aaron Rodgers threw him a bad ball in Dallas late in the game in the end zone.
Oh, and he went, give it to me again.
He didn't even bother to go into the huddle. Like, no, run it again and throw a better ball this time. Like, everyone in that group knew. And that was the beginning of the, frankly, I think that was a major blemish in the Rodgers-Goody relationship. Right from the jump, they got off on the wrong foot that way. 2019, he signs all those guys.
That's good insight that I didn't get. That's you being a star right there. I did not realize all of that transpired in part this whole Jordy Nelson. I was under the impression Jordy obviously didn't put up great numbers when A-Rod got hurt. I think they thought he was washed, and that was why they moved along. And I think both of us, because we like Jordy, I think we both looked at it like he's still going to, with all of the time and effort and energy those two put together, he was going to be so much better with Green Bay. Even as maybe he lost a step, he was still going to be a really good piece. And when they decided to not go down that route, because now, and I didn't know that, it was because you were afraid of stunting Devontae. Devontae was going to shine regardless. That was a bad move, Brian Gutekunst. Bad move, if that was how that all shook out.
And then obviously he paid Jimmy Graham, who, again, he was great in that Seattle
move when
playoff
he did
game.
it. It was not the right move. No. Didn't work.
2019, he goes out and signs all those guys. Matt LaFleur is the new head coach, hired by Mark Murphy. And they make an NFC Championship game their first year with the two of them together. 2020, but they lose. Obviously, they get run out of the gym by the 49ers. They go back to the NFC Championship game in 2020, the first of Rodgers' third and fourth MVP seasons, and they lose to Tom Brady in a largely empty Lambeau Field. Do you believe the Packers win that game if Lambeau Field is what it normally is with 80,000 people? You were there with Max. Do you think they still lose?
I want to say no, but it didn't matter. The crowd that day would have helped. Yes, but we turned the ball over and just was too sloppy in the beginning part of that game, and we couldn't overcome it. I mean, I tell you all this, 3 picks from the GOAT, and we don't go down and get any points in that third, fourth quarter till the end? Like, that's what did it.
Mm-hmm.
Would a full stadium have provided more juice and energy? Absolutely. Do I think it would have changed the dynamic of the game? I want to say yes, but I can't. I want to say yes, but I can't certifiably do that.
We talk a lot about that 2019 free agent class. 2020, I don't recall them making a major signing. I'm certainly open to being corrected on that. 2021, best record in the NFC, number 1 seed, bye week, and then they pee down their legs. Their special teams stink. Their offense can't get anything going, and they lose at home to the San Francisco 49ers. 2022 is a wasted season. Rodgers breaks his thumb in London. He's not happy with the youth movement that's beginning. He doesn't want to be part of a rebuild. They go 8-9. They lose a win-and-you're-in playoff game against the nothing-to-play-for Detroit Lions, which gives rise to the respect that Dan Campbell then begins to have league-wide and with that franchise because they played their asses off in a game that meant nothing. They transition to Love in 2023. Rodgers gets traded to the Jets. They unexpectedly not only make the playoffs as the 7th seed in his first year, but they win a playoff game. Since then, 7 seed, no division titles, first-round exit on the road in the postseason, including a meltdown in Chicago in January. When you look at what they have done during the Brian Gutekunst era, have they had good enough teams every year to be a Super Bowl contender? Nope. I don't think so. Do I think they had a team that I thought, if things had kept going the way they were, even without Tucker Kraft, would have been playing in an NFC championship game and probably lost it to the Seattle Seahawks or whoever they were playing on the road? Yeah, I think so. Still would like to have seen what the world would have looked like had Romeo Doubs recovered that onside kick, but that's neither here nor there. Let's agree that both these guys are good at their job.
I would totally agree with that.
Are they great? Are they elite? Are they Hall of Fame caliber? We're not talking about that. We can agree they're both good. Who do you have more confidence in? Matt LaFleur as the coach or Brian Gutekunst as the general manager? 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Less is more. We will get to some of your responses after Tausch tells us about American Family Insurance.
Brew Crew, your dream game day. It starts at the parking lot patio, located outside American Family Field next to third base gate entrance. The parking lot patio is your go-to pregame hangout. Play yard games. You can grab free giveaways, free fun, and it's open to fans of all ages. So stop by before your next Brewers home game. Feels like they haven't been at home forever. Again, stop by the parking lot patio presented by American Family Insurance for all kinds of free giveaways. It's going to be a fun time out at the ballpark at AmFam Field.
844-770-3776. We'll get to your calls and texts next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee. All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Every homeowner has a list. That roof, those windows, that bathroom you've been meaning to update. If you've been putting off home improvements, you're not alone. At Exterior Pros and Baths, they help homeowners upgrade their homes with beautiful roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, and bathrooms built to last. Right now, save up to $3,000 on your next project. Don't wait until a small problem becomes an expensive one. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right, built to last.
People hear Horicon Bank and they think local, instantaneously.
Over the years, was able to help them in their later years when they needed some care. So I would say that was cradle to grave experience for me.
We encounter precious moments like this all the time. We have a trust administration department that can help.
Our motto is together as a bank and as an organization, and then doing good.
There's amazing success stories of small business entrepreneurs who now are multi-million-dollar companies.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
At Big Fish Contracting, we want every home project to be a good story worth sharing. That's why we as a team aim to exceed your expectations. We can improve any aspect of your home. Everything from a complex remodel to the essential roof, gutters, siding, and windows. Integrity, humility, and kindness are why we've grown in southeastern Wisconsin for the last 2 decades. Visit bigfishcontracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Bruss here for Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Get out of the house this summer and enjoy a great weekend at Road America, located conveniently between Milwaukee and Green Bay in Elkhart Lake. This legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course has been hosting the world's best racers since 1955. Bring the whole family. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult at the gate. Camp on site, explore the grounds, and take in racing your way. It's more than a race, it's a full-day experience. WeatherTech Vintage Weekend with Brian Redmond is coming to Road America July 16th through the 19th. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com.
It pretty much hurt doing anything. I couldn't ride a bicycle. You don't have your life because you don't have your mobility.
So when Patrick heard about QC Kinetics and their non-invasive regenerative treatments for pain, no waiting, he called them immediately.
There's no downtime. There's no rehab. That was the tipping point for me. I didn't have to take any drugs. I didn't have to rehab.
Before considering surgery, check out QC Kinetics' all-natural treatment options that restore and repair damaged joint tissue in your knees, hips, shoulders, and back.
If you have knee replacement surgery, and then the knee is not yours, and there's no guarantee that that's going to be successful.
QC Kinetics. Patients around the country are raving about the results. They're getting back their mobility, taking back their lives with no downtime, no drugs, and no surgery. Don't wait. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Jim points out in the YouTube comments that these two guys don't do their jobs in a vacuum. I agree, right? They to what degree the two of them actually commiserate on personnel decisions, I don't know that. Again, I don't think it's as big of a partnership as maybe some others
Jason,
are structured.
If Brian Gutekunst, if Mark Murphy hadn't changed the structure and Goody had full authority, would he have given Matt LaFleur the same contract that Ed Policy did?
Acknowledging that this is purely speculative and a guess.
Your own thoughts. Brian Gutekunst puts this roster together. They go 0-5 and get gutted in the Bears game. And old boy's got 1 year left on his deal. Brian Gutekunst is going to ride the emotions like everybody else, but he's going to make good, solid decisions. Brian Gutekunst is in charge completely. He's not reporting. Everybody's reporting to Goody. Goody reports to Ed Policy. What happens?
And also acknowledging that if you change coaches as the general manager, there's also an ancillary benefit to you that then you get a little bit of a grace period, right, with a new coach. Fair to say that? Would you agree with that?
Okay.
I
think there's
I
more
think
pressure on you, actually, but okay.
I think he probably makes a change. But again, I have no evidence for that. That's just my gut
You're not
feeling.
Big J reporting this, but that relationship has always been very interesting. And I think it's always going to be. It's two high-pressure spots. I think the general manager should I'm a Ron Wolf guy, and I know you are too.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kept coming back when you grilled and irritated Mark Murphy with your questioning about his resume. It's one of my favorite parts of my show. It'll be one of our top 10 when we do our top 10 favorite moments. Put that one down. That is one of mine from you. I just think there needs to be kind of a pecking order when you have that kind of separated. That's why there was so much cause for concern, and the fact that Ron Wolf said that he would never have taken the job if that wasn't the case, it's always resonated with me, and that hasn't changed.
I agree. At the same time, the way they created the structure, I don't blame Ed Policy, who said he actually preferred that structure too, remember? I don't blame...
It would have had to have been a new coach. If there is a new coach, I think they go back. I think Ed Policy wants the structure back this way.
Agree. Everything you said. But
that makes even bringing Matt back even more interesting. That tells you how much he values Matt LaFleur.
Correct. Well said. Yes. I think Ed Policy really believes in both of the people that are at the top of the food chain.
He believes that Matt LaFleur is a really good coach, and they'd be crazy to not have him.
Jerry Odd in the YouTube comments, and we'll get to at least one of our multiple calls that are on hold, 844-770-3776. Jerry Odd with a interesting thread of comments on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. To me, Goody seems like the type that thinks he knows what's best for the team and does it, letting LaFleur know what he's going to do, not necessarily asking for his opinions, though. I just have a hard time seeing LaFleur really adamant about something and Goody going along with it to help Matt out. We've heard numerous times that Matt liked someone or wished someone would have stayed, and Goody moves them regardless. I think there are plenty of examples of that. I think Matt LaFleur
What
used
are a couple of those? What are a few of those examples?
Mercedes Lewis is at the top of the list.
And Goody just said, no, we're not bringing it back.
Correct. And he ended up playing, 3, 4
any
more
other
years.
ones that jump to mind?
That's the first one that I can think of. I also think, and again, I don't have direct knowledge of this, but I think there's a lot of people who think that Rasul Douglas was a malcontent or a locker room problem, and my understanding is that was not the case, and that Matt LaFleur wanted him still on the team, and they traded him anyway to move up from a 5th-round pick to a 3rd-round pick. Again, remember, they did not acquire a 3rd-round pick for Rasul Douglas. If that had happened, I couldn't agree more. Great trade. Instead, they traded a 5th-round pick and Rasul Douglas for a 3rd-round pick. And it was to the Bills, who I believe made the playoffs, and that 3rd-round pick wasn't exactly high in the round. So I think those are two examples. Again, I don't think that they're at each other's throats. I don't think they're pitted against each other. I just don't know if it's the same level of partnership as other teams seem to have with, like, Kyle Shanahan.
It can't be.
Why can't it be? They're on the same plane of the organizational flowchart.
No. That's why it can't be. It's not.
Why are John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan seemingly always on the same page? Is that just because we don't know that team as well?
Kyle Shanahan is the big Pumbaa there. Like, I think if he wants something done, John Lynch is going to go do it. Like, John Lynch was handpicked by Kyle Shanahan. You think Matt LaFleur handpicked? You think if Matt LaFleur had it right now after his 7-year career, would he pick Brian Gutekunst to be his guy?
Let's get to a call. 844-770-3776.
I asked you a question.
I know you did.
Oh.
Andrew in Washington, D.C. Andrew,
Did
good
that
morning.
come up? Did that come up in your exclusive, or did that not? Was that not part of the Madison magazine?
I don't.
Exclusive?
I gotta be honest with you. I don't want to talk about that story right now. There's some changes made that I'm not going to get into it. Let's talk to Andrew
What do you
in
mean
Washington,
you're not getting
D.C.
into it? You got something you don't want to get into it?
Let's talk to Andrew
What
in
changes?
Washington,
You're
D.C.
writing it. You don't have an editor. You don't have a Brian Gutekunst or an Ed policy.
Actually, that's not the case. Maybe a Channel 3000, I don't. Let's go to Andrew in Washington, D.C. Andrew, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. Thanks for holding on. You'd like to talk about your restaurant, I believe.
I wanted to go to the chef's analogy that Tausch formulated. But I feel like I'm getting in the middle of a domestic dispute between you guys right now. So are you sure it's okay?
Yeah, we're definitely good. We're in a good spot.
We're great.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Wrong with me?
No. Jason's like gagging. No, not you. You're
on
good.
the wrong pipe.
I just thought Jason was like choking to death. I thought somebody had to get the Heimlich out for him.
Go ahead, Andrew.
I'm not a chef by trade, but Jason, I think you'll remember this. Remember the Sydney High building in downtown Milwaukee, like where the Bucks new stadium is or arena is?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So my mom opened up the first Thai restaurant in Milwaukee. I'm from Milwaukee. I just live in D.C. now.
Okay.
But she opened the first Thai restaurant in Milwaukee in 1985. It was called Siam's. So I think I have the knowledge of what a chef might be doing. So I just wanted to get some clarification from Tausch. So LaFleur is the chef, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
And then Gutekunst is going to be, in this analogy, the owner of the restaurant buying the ingredients, correct?
Yeah, you could say the general manager of the restaurant, but yeah,
Goody's
you could
your
say
mom.
owner of the restaurant too. Yeah, Goody's your mom.
My mom, exactly. My mom is the one, exactly. So the players are the ingredients. And are we talking about, I think you said rotten ingredients?
Yeah, like
some
stale
rotten
meat,
meat.
like what Costanza. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Okay. So I think we need to distinguish here between if the ingredients are rotten and you're a chef, you're probably not going to use them. But if the ingredients are just picked for you and you don't necessarily know how to prepare them or use them, any chef, I think, that's worth their salt is going to take the ingredients, as long as they're not rotten or moldy or whatever, which I think then you could say players, if they're injured, could be rotten or moldy, right? I think that could be fair.
Yep.
Fair analogy.
For sure. Yes, it's very fair.
Okay. So as long as they're not, any chef worth their salt is going to be able to take the ingredients that are purchased for you, even if you don't like them, you're going to be able to make something out of them. And I think that's sort of the distinguishing factor here is Matt LaFleur, if he's worth his salt as a coach, he's going to be able to take whatever players that Brian Gutekunst gets for him. And even if he doesn't like them, it's his job to be able to create a palatable and good dish, which is the product on the
Okay, so Andrew, I guess here's the question, because you know the restaurant game. You obviously are a Packer fan. Has Matt LaFleur, where are we eating at here? Are we at a 5-star great joint, or are we eating at, I don't want to diminish anybody, but are we eating at just a random, cheap diner?
So is this...
Where are we at?
So, because I like where you've gone with the analogy from Tausch to you, Andrew, but my question would be, there's a difference between turning your restaurant with the ingredients that maybe you don't love working with, but you can make something of it. I would argue Matt LaFleur has done a good job of making something of the ingredients he's had. It just hasn't been a Michelin 5-star restaurant. It's been a good place that you like to go to eat, right? But later on in the year, maybe you choose some other restaurant because you're not getting it done in the playoffs. So if this is the analogy, would your mom be happy with him as her chef? And would your mom have done a good enough job of giving him the ingredients that he needs to turn it into the most popular Thai restaurant in town?
Right. That's a good question. So I would pose this question: What's the upper echelon? Like, if the Super Bowl is what LaFleur needs to get to, is that a 5-star Michelin restaurant, or are we talking about we're just making money here?
Well, first of all,
being successful as a chef.
If you're going to answer a question with a question, who do you think you are? Me? What are you doing?
No yeah, Jason. I used to cover the Packers actually and the Badgers, and I used to watch you actually, not in a creepy way, but observe how you would interact with the players, and I tried to emulate that. And that was a different time and a different career for me. But yes, I tried to. Yes, I'm like you. I want to know the distinguishing factor here is like, what is the definition of success with this analogy for a restaurant? Is it a 5-star Michelin restaurant, or is it something else?
Well, right now they definitely aren't a 5-star restaurant. Right? That's part of the problem.
No. Yes. But what is that? What in the analogy? I guess Tausch is the analogy king, so I would ask him.
The bottom line is what my question on all of this was, and I didn't even bring up the restaurant. I don't remember who tweeted it, Ian or whoever Owen mentioned. The bottom line is, do you think that Goody has put enough good ingredients for Matt LaFleur to make better meals than what he's done? Is he seasoning it the right way? Does he have things working so it's not all separate? Or is the dish actually coming together? And the only way you get that is if both sides feel like, man, you're getting me some great groceries, and, man, that son of a gun is turning chicken and all this other stuff into a great Michelin star meal. We haven't had that. That has not happened. Why that hasn't happened, that's up for debate. That's why we're discussing it. The question is Matt I think Goody is a good shopper. I think he brings a lot of good ingredients in. I think he's went and got Wagyu beef. I think he's went and got big-time stuff. And I don't think we've always put the dishes together in a consistent enough way to say, that restaurant kicks blank. I got to go there.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a good meal. Oh, I'll grab a good meal. Oh, it'll be good. But it's not going to blow your doors off. We need a door blower. And I don't know if that's where we're at. Thanks for the call, Andrew.
I would agree with Tausch on this, is that Goody's been good enough and gotten the players to Matt LaFleur, where if Matt LaFleur is a chef, he's going to be able to turn whatever ingredients that are given to you into, if he's got the right technique and the right prep and any chef is going to say, I got to be able to make this into something not that's palatable. I got to be able to turn this into something that's a 5-star dish, and that's his job. Yes.
Keep Andrew on the line when we go to break, because now I don't want to guess wrong on who I think this might be. Find out who he is, because I want to know more and I want to reach out to him. Tausch, before we go to break, you need to tell us about UW Credit Union, which you're a member of, and so am I.
Indeed, for every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here forever. You, proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years, are going to help you reach all of your financial goals that you're looking for. And, of course, that mobile app offers a simple way to check accounts, make transfers, and more. That is a smart play from the pocket. Join today, uwcu.org. Insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions do apply.
More next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. And beer fans, we've got something to cheer about. Michelob Ultra is the official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026. So whether you call it soccer or football, it's time to get your game plan ready as the world's largest soccer tournament returns to the USA. Stop by Discount Liquor to pick up a 12-pack of Michelob Ultra and score a free Michelob Ultra soccer koozie. At Discount Liquor, we stock over 15,000 varieties of beer, wine, spirits, THCA, and non-alcoholic beverages, all at the lowest prices in town. From craft brews to hard-to-find whiskeys, we've got a lineup for you. So don't get caught off sides with an empty fridge. Stop into Discount Liquor and stock up before kickoff. Visit us in Milwaukee on 51st and Oklahoma or in downtown Waukesha at Barstow and Maine.
Discount liquor.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. And while buying a home is a big deal, it certainly doesn't have to be and shouldn't be a stressful experience. At Great Midwest Bank, we combine competitive rates, fast pre-approvals, and honest advice from knowledgeable loan officers to help you every step of the way through your home buying or building journey. For 90 years, our customers have been part of the GMB family. Experience a state of tranquility at GreatMidwestBank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Summertime is when you'll find the largest selection of homes on the market.
But it's the bottom of the ninth, as it's also the time when homes move the quickest.
This is Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
And I'm Andrea Woshinski. With more buyers competing, preparation, speed, and expert local guidance can make all the difference.
Start your home journey today with our white glove service at wendorfteam.kw.com.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
A real estate team driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
Wisconsin State Fair turns 175 this summer, and we only get better with age. Join us for 11 days of fun, iconic traditions, grand champion moments, and food that's absolutely worth the hype. Celebrate 175 years together and get your tickets today at wistatefair.com. Wisconsin State Fair, presented by T-Mobile, August 6th through 16th. We'll see you there.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Loziga. Every morning, I talk about traffic backups and slowdowns around Milwaukee. At Sewer Ninjas, they help homeowners avoid a different kind of backup, a sewer backup. Sewer Ninjas is a Wisconsin family-owned company specializing in sewer camera inspections, drain cleaning, and trenchless repairs that can often be completed without tearing up your yard. Their goal is simple: find problems early and help homeowners avoid costly surprises. Learn more at sewerninjas.com. That's sewerninjas.com.
What life events have you experienced over the past couple of years? Well, maybe one is coming up: the sale of a company, death, divorce, a health crisis, or helping to pay for college or a wedding. Well, Annex Wealth Management has assisted clients with life events, but planning for them can make all the difference. Knowing what you own, why you own it, and how much you're paying for it is a big part of smart financial planning. Annex has an entire in-house team that works together so you can make informed decisions when life events come up. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
So you can sit on the ledge and wonder what's going to happen if you jump.
Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Let's get to a couple of texts that Owen has come across so we can get to Name That Year presented by Sendix. Owen, what do you got?
All right, our first one is from Matt in the 262. Goody and LaFleur are both very good, but but they feel like two puzzle pieces that don't fit perfectly together. I look at Josh Jacobs, a great running back who runs in a style that doesn't fit the offense, then drafting run-style linemen for a team now perfectly set up to be pass-heavy. There's a disconnect.
I don't have a problem with that text at all.
I think that text is fair.
I think it's very fair.
You have to be in sync, and Matt LaFleur has a philosophy he likes. That's why he was hired. That's why he was brought in. Aaron Jones fit it perfectly, and you had linemen that were more getting up the field. And then I think I said before, after that Philly playoff loss where we got bully balled and we ended up, I don't know who was playing left guard. I don't think it was Gooch. I'm not sure what was all going on, but Elton Jenkins got hurt, and it was like we didn't know what the hell we were doing with anything. And then you bring in bigger, physical, and we're going to run more duo. Well, the play-action pass game isn't as good. It hasn't been as good. I don't care. Matt LaFleur can tell you, it doesn't matter if we're running it out of this. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Defensive players will tell you it matters. Defensive coordinators will tell you. When you get a chance to sit with Jonathan Gann and say, hey, is it tougher to read a play-action pass if they're out of gun or if they're under center? And I would bet he's probably going to tell you, it's a little tougher when it's under center. So I think that is a really intuitive tweet by 262, whoever that is.
Thanks for that, Matt. All right, we need to get ready for another Matt, not Matt LaFleur or Matt LeBlanc, but Matt Hasselbeck, who is scheduled to appear in the 11 o'clock
Matt in the
hour.
division? How does
I love reliving that every day, and I'll get to relive it coming up. But before we can do that, we're going to do our Name That Year, presented by Sendix. So that means I need to tell you now about Steinhafels. And right now, Black Friday deals in July? You bet. Right now at Steinhafels Furniture and Mattress, it's your chance to save up to 30% store-wide during the Black Friday in July sale. From living rooms and dining rooms to bedrooms and mattresses, you'll find incredible savings throughout the store. And with 60-month financing, bringing home what you love has never been easier. Don't wait. Shop the Black Friday sale in July today at Steinhafels in-store or online at steinhafels.com. Relax. It's Steinhafels. We will get to Name That Year, one of our favorite things we're doing as we celebrate our 10th anniversary, presented by Sendix Food Markets. That's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
It all started with a small storefront and a big promise. Treat every customer just like family. For decades, local families have trusted Sendix to provide the freshest food, the warmest smiles, and a place where community comes first. From generation to generation, we have grown together. Because Sendix is more than just a grocery store. It's home. Thank you for allowing us to serve you for the past 100 years. Here's to the next 100 years. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Brian Butch here. From high school All-American to Division I to the pros, I know every detail matters when it comes to performance. And right now, Iron Jock is giving you one more reason to gear up. From July 9th through July 19th, when you spend $30 or more at ironjock.com, you'll get a free pair of Iron Jock low-cut performance socks automatically added to your order. No codes, no hassle, just premium performance gear built for everyday movement. Iron Jock products are moisture wicking and powered by silver ion technology to help fight odor-causing bacteria. Iron Jock, built on performance, built to last, built in Wisconsin. Shop now at ironjock.com.
This summer, celebrate our nation's 250th birthday by giving a little time back to your community. Visit volunteerwisconsin.org to find volunteering opportunities with organizations that are making a difference near you. Visit volunteerwisconsin.org or get in touch with your local United Way or volunteer center to find your way to get involved. Volunteerwisconsin.org is hosted by United Way of Wisconsin and Serve Wisconsin. Paid for by United Way of Wisconsin.
When your car or truck needs service, you should take it to a specialist. I'm Deb Cruz, president of the Auto Dealers Association of Mega Milwaukee. Adam member new car dealers have factory warranted parts, the latest diagnostic equipment, and certified manufacturer technicians. Plus, their prices are low or lower than independent shops, even on routine things like oil changes and tire service. Knowing all that, why would you ever consider going anywhere other than an Adam member dealer?
Get an oil change and safety inspection for trouble-free summer driving.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855-PELLA-WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Time now for us to probably get them all wrong, like we tend to do. Let's play a little Name That Year, presented by Sendik's Food Markets.
It's not a question of who.
Wilde and Tausch is my favorite show. This is called Wilde too.
Or what.
If you want to do this, it's great, but you're not getting any younger.
The question is, when?
Do I want Justin Fields to be replaced right now? I'm not sure. I could still probably develop him.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is presented by Steinhoffels. And it's time to play Name That Year. Served up by Sendik's Food Markets.
Those guys have been around here a long time.
Sendik's, celebrating 10 years of Wilde and Tausch and 100 years as your trusted local grocer since 1926.
All right, let's go, Owen. Clip number one.
Clip number one is playing now.
And then we go to the rookie symposium in San Diego. And I'm sitting at the airport, me and Josh Sitton and one of my old college teammates, Craig Steltz, are at the airport drinking a couple of cold pops before the flight. We're watching Sports Center, and Brett Favre, I think at the time, was in Green Bay and Lambeau talking. I guess that's when he came and had all his meetings, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, hell. I'm not even going to get a shot at this. I might get cut before training camp because now Brett's coming back. Aaron's going to be the backup, and Brom will be like the third or practice, whatever that ends up being. I thought my career was kind of over before it ever started.
What year was that?
That is Matt Flynn, former backup to Aaron Rodgers, who was a 7th-round pick in 2008 during the summer of Favre. Tausch, you want to guess?
2020. Yeah, it's COVID. That's a COVID deal.
I am going to guess 2021. 2021. Owen?
2021 would be correct.
You're good at this game.
Pretty good at this.
Yeah, you're a pretty good player.
All right, who we got for clip number 2?
I'd like to see him win a Super Bowl in Green Bay, another one. But the thing is, life's too short. I want him to be happy. He's been there as long as I was there, and I know what that means. And he's put up unbelievable numbers. Win another Super Bowl, and then do what you want to do, whether it's keep playing, play somewhere else, whatever. But win one more in Green Bay. And go out the way you want to go out. You don't want to go out this way, whether it's sit out or play somewhere else.
That, of course, is the voice of Brett Favre talking about Aaron Rodgers' situation. Tausch, what you taking
2022.
there?
2022.
Okay, I think Tausch is right. I am also going to say 2022. Yes, I agree with Tausch, as the sign might say. Owen?
So 2022 is your final answer?
It is.
2021.
Wow, sneaky job by Jesse putting 2 2021s together. All right, one more. Clip number 3, Owen.
Well, I actually think the Packers do believe in this kid. He's had great preseasons. I think they see a bright future in him. They've invested in him for, I think, 3 years now. I think they're probably a little surprised he played, I don't want to say as poorly as he did, but, he seemed unprepared when he hopped into that game. That's not to say he wasn't prepared. Probably was prepared, but that's a lot to ask of somebody. And I know that just being on teams when a star player goes down, a guy you love and respect, and really he's like the focal point of your team, sometimes it can take just like suck the wind out of the sails of the entire team.
Now that is Matt Hasselbeck, who is scheduled to appear momentarily. He's clearly talking about Jordan Love and referencing the performance that Love had against the Chiefs in his one start in 2021. So, Tausch, what year are you taking there?
2023.
Okay. Last time I agreed with Tausch, I ended up getting it wrong, so I'm not going to do that. I think he might be right, though. I'm going to go 2022. 2022.
Well, you're both wrong by a lot. This was Matt Hasselbeck in 2017 when he was talking about Brett Hundley against the Vikings after Rodgers broke his collarbone.
Oh, come on, Jesse.
That's
Jesse.
Diabolical.
That is crazy sneaky. Yeah, I got it's probably accurate, but that's crazy town.
Yeah, well, at least we can confirm one thing. Matt Hasselbeck has been a very good friend of the show.
No doubt.
Dating all the way back to 2017, and he will join us momentarily 9 years later after Tausch tells us about our great partnership with Sendix.
Well, we're in the heat of summer. 4th of July is behind us. Sendix still has a lot of great, exciting things going on. You can brighten somebody's day. Get a dozen roses, $8.99. You can head over and get wine and spirits. Stag's Leap Napa Valley Cabernet, just $29.99. More than half off the regular price. And if you prefer white wine, you can get Stag's Leap Chardonnay. That's just $16.99. You can also, a little something else. You can get a little Kentucky Straight Bourbon, $25.99. Summer produce. We've been talking groceries all day on this show. Jumbo Northwest cherries, $2.99 a pound. California peaches and nectarines, $2.49 a pound. And my favorite, blueberries, $6 for 2 pints. If you love those blueberries, Sendix is now taking pre-orders. 25-pound boxes of fresh Michigan blueberries. Reserve yours today at Sendix.com. You can pick it up the 17th or 18th of July. Enjoy the best of summer with incredible savings on flowers, produce, wine, spirits, and blueberries. More at Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
God, you love saying that word. Matt Hasselbeck, longtime friend of show, joins us to kick off the 11 o'clock hour as we continue to celebrate our 10 for 10 series, which I believe still has that funeral sounding open. And Matt will get to hear that too. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
Your grill just got an upgrade, and it's right down the road.
Burn Pit BBQ is now available at Walmart.
That means no waiting, no guessing. Just grab it, fire up the grill, and get to work.
We're talking premium rubs, sauces, and seasonings made for real flavor and real results.
Every single time you cook.
Whether it's a quick weeknight dinner or a full weekend cookout with friends and family, Burn Pit BBQ helps you bring bold, consistent flavor to every bite.
Head to your local Walmart and find Burn Pit BBQ today, right in your neighborhood.
Because better BBQ should be easy to get and even easier to enjoy.
Ready for a weekend you won't forget? Get to the Brewers Series against the Rockies Friday, July 24th through Sunday the 26th. There's a game for every fan. See a Brewers postgame alumni legends game on Friday. Then collect a Brewers Guess Who giveaway Saturday night, courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. Looking for an unbeatable family day? Join the crew Sunday when the first 5,000 kids get a local artist t-shirt giveaway designed by Unfinished Legacy. Get tickets at brewers.com.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Planning a high-level event shouldn't feel overwhelming. I'm Tiara Gomez, founder of Events by Design. For over 25 years, we've helped companies turn complex, high-pressure events into seamless, unforgettable experiences. When trying to engage your team and pull off something meaningful, the details matter. From concept to execution, we design every event so it reflects your vision and delivers real impact. No missed moments, just refined experiences people will remember. Let's start designing today. Search online, Events by Design.
We are the home for all your Bucks coverage. 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Joining us now is the Green Bay Packers' new head coach, Matt LaFleur on Wilde and Tausch.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Matt LaFleur, Matt Nagy, and Matt Patricia. Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach not named Matt? No, I'm sorry.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Offices, One Call That's All studio at ESPN Milwaukee.
Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach named Matt? Matt Damon, Matt Ryan, somebody else.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
Can you repeat that question?
Sorry.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch. Why in the 10 o'clock hour do we play one of Tausch's greatest moments of him calling the Packers-Vikings tie? And then in the 11 o'clock hour for our memory from years gone by, we play my worst moment, even worse than when we had Cindy Crawford on the show and I butchered the interview then and we had technical issues. Why do we do that? Was that your doing?
That's a good question. No,
you had nothing
think
to do
I
with
have
it?
anything to do with the back end technical stuff around here? What are you crazy?
No, I don't think he did. All right, time now to continue our 10 for 10 interview series as we celebrate our 10th anniversary. We've had a lot of Matts that have been friends of the show. This guy probably has been a friend of the show for the longest of the Matts, and we are appreciative of it. Time now for our 10 for 10 series, built by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
What if I told you, 10 years ago, one show began,
Our very first guest,
Aaron Rodgers.
and despite what some expected,
What number would you set for
You sound like you're
good.
right here with us, so this is
I
great. And you're on
I
video.
see that they're wired. Are you in the we're not wearing wireless AirPods? Are you part of that deal?
I want to be like the cool kids and have wired headphones. They're making a comeback.
Yeah.
I refuse to wear the other ones too. So there's one of very few things we have in common. Matt, we just played a clip of you from 2017. So you have been.
I didn't hear it. What was the clip?
So we go
very
back
insightful.
It was great. You're always great when you're with us. But what we did was we're doing this other thing with our 10th anniversary where we go back and play different guest clips, and then Tausch and I have to guess the year. And Jesse, who's not working today, schnookered us because it was you talking about a quarterback. Nowhere in there do you say who it is, but we both thought you were talking about Jordan Love. And it turns out it was from 2017, and you were talking about Brett Hundley having to play for an injured Aaron Rodgers with a broken collarbone. So that's how long you've been supporting us, and thank you for your service. We appreciate you.
Well, I feel like even longer than that. I mean, Jason, I remember when you were you were cutting your teeth in the media. It was those were the early years. I remember full head of hair for all of us. Well, for you, not for me, but some hair. And Tausch, I remember you were a 7th-round pick, and Chad Clifton, I think, was our 2nd-round pick. And you came in, and that year Reggie White had just left Green Bay. And we played Reggie White and the Carolina Panthers on Monday Night Football, and there was this big presidential address, and the game got delayed, and we're all sitting in the locker room Monday Night Football. And let me tell you what everybody was talking about. Tausch, I don't know if you know this. They were like, we're screwed. Our 7th-round pick has to block Reggie White tonight. We are screwed. And Tausch, you did amazing that night. Like, you had a killer performance, and outplayed that 7th grade.
Was it you and Longwell? Who are the guys that were really down? Because at least I felt like everybody else was supportive. Were you one of those guys? They always say, don't be the two guys talking in the corner by yourselves. Was that you and Longwell doing that?
I think it was sort of the opposite. There were two guys saying, like, no, he'll be fine. The rest of the locker room was like, oh, we're screwed. We're screwed tonight.
Yeah, it was none of the linemen, and it wasn't Bechtel. So, yeah, it was probably – I appreciate that, Matt. That's nice.
I think, Reggie was older at that time, and the game got really late at night, and so maybe it was past his bedtime because you had a great night that night, and we were not expecting it. So I feel like anyway. I feel like I've been there since the beginning.
Well, in fairness, Hass, you were talking about last time you were on the show. You were blocking Reggie White when you were in Green Bay as a quarterback. You were lined up blocking him. So I take, that was a big night in my career. But, I mean, you did it in practice all the time, so how hard could it be?
Blocking's a strong word. He told me, he said, hey, man, just don't screw up practice. He did it with his Reggie White voice. He's like, hey, brother, just don't screw up practice here. Stay off the ground. Just 1,000, 2, 1,000, and then I'll throw you to the side. Just stay off the ground. So he really was one of the best teammates of all time, one of the best players of all time. But that when I hear your name, Tausch, I think of two things. I think of that night when we played Carolina and what you did against Reggie White. And I also thought how cool it was when you would get announced at Lambeau. Everyone would cheer. Like, Favre would get huge ovations. A couple other players would get huge ovations. But when they would say, however they would say it, from Wisconsin, I'm getting goosebumps now. Like, Lambeau would just erupt. Like they would do
Let's
that
go.
And it was cool, man. It was a thrill. People like, what was it like playing in Green Bay? What was it like playing at Lambeau? And it was epic. And I think part of it was that pregame. It was cool. And so, having you introduced, pretty neat.
You're such a good friend. It's ridiculous. I mean, nobody comes on here and talks about great moments in Mark Tauscher's career, and you just
not my co-host of 10 years. I can tell you that. That's not.
That's a lie. Hass, I saw on one of your social posts you talking about your time playing tight end on the scout team and blocking Reggie. I am curious because I think you are a great example of someone like Tausch, who was a 7th-round pick. You were a 6th-round pick. But the career that you built, but what you were willing to do until you got your opportunity and then how ready you were for it. I just think that's a great object lesson. And you've obviously got daughters that have turned out to be great athletes and sons and nephews and everybody else in your family. I'm curious, How much do you lean on that as kind of a, hey, be ready when your moment comes? And I know it wasn't always easy in Seattle either, so you also have to be able to handle the adversity.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it goes back to my parents and how I was raised and, where I was raised, and things were not easy. The high school that I went to, it was tough. I had great coaches along the way, whether it was football or Little League baseball or basketball or whatever it was. But just specifically talking about that first year in Green Bay, I get drafted to the Green Bay Packers. I was in grad school. I wasn't expected to get drafted. I didn't get invited to the NFL Combine. I had a pro day and invited every team in the NFL to my pro day. Only one team showed up, the quarterback's coach for the Packers, Andy Reid. He's the only guy that shows up. And, so like I felt like I was a little bit sink or swim. I felt like I was lifting without a spotter is how I would tell it to the kids that I coach. The first time I ever got 225 pounds on the bench press, I didn't have a spotter, and I had literally had no choice but to get it up. And that's a little bit how I think about my rookie year. I was very unlikely to make that team. And so, anything, like I just had to find a way, figure it out. And so it was scout team tight end, but it was also scout team punt returner, kick returner, personal protector on the scout punt team. Sean Landetta was the punter at the time. He didn't want to be Ryan Longwell's holder. So I was like, hey, I will be Ryan Longwell's holder. And they were like, well, Doug Peterson's a great holder. I'm like, fine, I'm going to work as hard as I can to be the backup holder to Doug Peterson. Like, it was anything and everything that I could think of to do. Stealing signals on the sidelines, like whatever I could do to make myself valuable to the team. I think legally, but whatever I could do to make myself valuable to the team, I was going to do it. And fortunately for me, Andy Reid felt like Mike Holmgren was going to be moving on, which he did. But then Andy Reid moved on as well. Anyway, there were people in the building investing in the fourth string quarterback, which is unusual in an NFL locker room these days.
So, Matt, we spent a lot of time talking about Jordan Love on this show, obviously, and there's clearly a desire in the fan base for him to be the latest in the succession line of Favre Hall of Famer, Rodgers Hall of Famer. When you watch him, I feel every time I say he's a good to very good quarterback, and that's not good enough for a portion of the fan base. You play the position for a really long time in the league. How good is Jordan Love?
I think he's got the potential to be great. I think he could be that caliber of a guy. The consistency is what gets you there, though. And you got to go do it. And you got to attack every offseason as if like this is the last year of your career and there's no looking back. And, I think for him, what he needs to do is probably lean into the fundamentals a little bit more. I know for me, when I was watching Brett Favre, one of the things that Mike Holmgren and Andy Reid would say is like, hey, listen, we don't want you to have his fundamentals. We want you to have the other things that he does, but we don't want you to have his fundamentals. And so there's a fine line between like cutting it loose and playing free and playing sloppy. And I think like Aaron Rodgers is another example of a guy who really took the great of like, say, the guy that he came after and did it, consistently and clutch and huge plays, but did it with sound fundamentals. Now, his fundamentals are a little bit different than other people's fundamentals. He's almost created his own style of quarterbacking. But at the end of the day, if you're missing throws and your fundamentals aren't on point, then that's going to be a problem. So do I believe in Jordan Love? I do. Do I think that he'll have a really good year this year? I do. But at the same time, just talking about it doesn't get it done. And so, like, I think you got to, if you just do what you've always done, you're going to be what you've always been. And so I think that he does need to sharpen the blade a little bit in some areas. And those areas for me are things, like you got to be making all your layups, making all your free throws if you want to be that kind of guy that's going to be making your 3-point shots in a sense.
So, Hass, when did it kind of click for you? Because I think for most players there's that spot where the physical lines up with the mental, and how you go about it. Usually it's about the age of where Jordan is, 26, 27, 28. When did it kind of for you all of a sudden start clicking?
Yeah, That's a tough question to answer because I don't think it's like an age thing, and I don't think it's like a years in the offense thing. I think it's when the pieces of the puzzle, like play caller, quarterback coach, quarterback room, teammates, center, like everything's together. One of the most comfortable times of my NFL career that I felt would be my second and third years in Green Bay. Like I was dialed in that offense with those coaches, with those teammates. I felt like if I had to play, I never really got to play in the preseason, but I felt like I was as ready as I could have been and felt like I would have done great. Now, ironically, year 4, 5, 6 for me, really years 4 or 5, I'm in Seattle. I'm older. I'm more mature. In theory, I should have a better grasp of everything, but everything felt new. I was with new people. It was a lot of turnover, a lot of change. How I was training wasn't exactly how I felt my best. Like there's a lot that goes into those things, but I would say in this situation for this quarterback, I would agree. Like this is kind of that sweet spot where you should be able to have the best year of your career. Like you saw it. I think a good example might be Sam Darnold in Minnesota. Like everything just kind of came together. It's the same Sam Darnold. Everything just kind of came together. Right coaching staff, right play caller, right point of his training, his teammates. He had a phenomenal year, and everyone said, oh, it's just a one-year wonder. Well, he did it again last year in Seattle. So I just think that it's not necessarily just an age thing or just a years in a system. It's a little bit more complicated than that.
Yeah, and going back to that, because obviously with the Bears' success and Chicago fans are letting Packer fans hear about it, what do you think when Caleb Williams, I keep arguing, and Caleb Williams, you have to give him credit. Big plays at big times of the game, but you can't do it in this league if you're completing 56, 57%. It's not sustainable, am I right?
Yeah, no doubt. And he had the clutch gene, no doubt about that. But, I mean, I would, in a sense, argue that he needed to be clutch because of how he played earlier in the game, in a lot of those games. So, what I like to do is I like to kind of read between the lines with what the head coach, the play callers, they're saying about their quarterback. I feel like that gives you the best sense of where that person, who I think you can trust the most, where he thinks his quarterback is. And, I just think that there was a tremendous amount of growth with Caleb Williams. If you listen to what Ben Johnson was saying, but I don't think that I know he's on the cover of Madden and all this stuff, but I don't think Ben Johnson would have put him there right now. Mm-hmm. Maybe someday in the future, but I don't think Ben Johnson feels like, oh, we can crown this guy as the best quarterback in this division. I don't think he's earned that. Now, what has he earned? He's earned, I think, the trust of his teammates. I think he's earned an ability to intimidate the opponent without saying a word. Like he gets the ball in 2 minutes. I feel like the opposing defensive coordinators and opposing defenses are like, oh, shoot, here we go. This guy's going to do something. Like he's got that to his game, which is really impressive. And his, like I said, his teammates believe in him. So if you get in that kind of a moment and 2 minute drive, and this is what the great quarterbacks have, your teammates absolutely believe oh no, we're good. We got the ball. Our quarterback's got the ball. We're good. And he's got that. And so that's something it's really hard to coach, or you can't even coach it in some ways. So that's a major factor. And I can't take that away from him.
Well, and I think you were just talking about making three-pointers. You have to make layups. It's almost like he's doing it opposite. He's hitting half-court shots, but he's not hitting the layups and the free throws early in the game. And so how do you go about, if you're Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams, how do you get that up? What's that process like for you if you're coaching?
It reminds me in high school I would not do the math homework and do the extra credit. It's I don't know what that says about my personality. It's the same thing. That's a little bit what it's like. Listen, I think the Bears have knocked it out of the park in terms of who they hired as GM, who they hired as head coach. This is an organization that has really failed in a lot of ways. The main way that they've failed is they haven't really had a GM and a coach align contractually, philosophically, and who the quarterback should be. And so it was a revolving door at quarterback and head coach because of that. I think they knocked it out of the park with Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson. I think they got the perfect guy to develop a young quarterback. He inherited Caleb Williams, a guy with a ton of potential and a ton of talent. And so if anybody can get it right, he'll get it right. And he's got a standard that he is, it's like not budging. Like you need to be able to call the play in the huddle. Like when he calls the play into the headset, the quarterback, whoever you are, needs to be able to regurgitate the play and say it with confidence in the huddle and not have a delay a game. Like these are the problems that they were having early on with him, when everyone wanted to say like, oh, it's the offensive line and oh, this, that, like, okay. Like I'm not sure we're assigning blame in the right spot. Okay. And so I think that Ben Johnson came in with a clear, concise vision message of like, hey, here's some non-negotiables. You can't take sacks. You can't have penalties, false starts, delay a game. Like these are on you. And to Caleb's credit, he fixed all of those things. He went from being the most sacked guy to like one of the least sacked guys. Like he did a lot of these things. So when you talk about completion percentage and, hitting your layups and hitting guys that are open all the time, I know I can, just read between the lines, listening to Ben Johnson. That is the standard is clear. I do believe it's getting fixed. I do think that number will go way up for him.
Talking with Matt Hasselbeck on Wilde and Tausch on the Yuengling guest hotline. Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, now in Wisconsin. DG Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. All right, a few more for you, Matt, so you can go about your day, and we always appreciate how generous you are with your time. First of all, you said about Caleb Williams, hitting the open receivers and those layups. It felt like the Packers offense had a lot of those layups and I remember you coming on the show and explaining to us the way the Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, Matt LaFleur offense was supposed to run with the play action and not knowing if it was a throw or a run 3 steps into the play. They kind of got away from that, ran a lot of duo blocking scheme because that's what Josh Jacobs likes. Matt LaFleur says this offseason we're going to go back to a year one approach. Do you see them going back to that? And if so, what does that do for their offense?
Yeah, I think they absolutely will, because the teams that had the best year, I mean, I know the Patriots and the Seahawks were in the Super Bowl, and so in theory, those are the 2 best teams, but those were not the 2 best teams. The 2 best teams last year were the Seahawks and the Rams. And so what are they doing? They're running that call it Mike Shanahan offense. They're running inside zone. They're running the play action. They're doing everything that Matt LaFleur really, truly believes in. And so it is a copycat league that way. I think everyone's getting back to that kind of stuff. For sure, the Packers believe in it. Like Matt LaFleur, when he dreams up plays in his sleep at night, like these are not like you're not going to be able to tell, I don't believe, between the 49ers, the Packers, the Rams, the Seahawks. Like they believe in the same things philosophically. So that's what I would expect to see. And, that's the thing about the offseason. Everybody, kind of goes to the drawing board and OTAs, and people say, oh, is it really important? It's important for the coaches because they want to see if their ideas and their whiteboard creations fit and if they work and if they're as good as you think. It's a little bit like going to the driving range and you try out all your different clubs so that when you go play 18 holes, yeah, I can pull out that sand wedge, that lob wedge, that hybrid, that 3-wood. Maybe I use a 5-wood. Like you don't know unless you practice it. And that's what I believe that the Packers are talking about, getting back to what they firmly believe in and getting guys like your starting running back to believe in inside zone as an example, or outside zone when he thinks in his head, hey, I'm a duo guy. I mean, we dealt with that with Marshawn Lynch when he first got to Seattle. We were an Alex Gibbs inside-outside zone running team, and Marshawn came in and he said, I run power. And it's like, okay, great, you do run power. We can run power, but we also need to know what the bread and butter is for our team, and that's going to be inside or outside zone. And there's a transition that happens there in a sell job, so to speak, from the coaching staff to the players, your great players, to say, hey, I need you to be great at this as well.
So as a coach, you got to sell that. You got to sell that to Josh Jacobs.
I believe there's a little bit of finessing where you got to say, hey, listen, here's why I have a vision for how this can be so great for you, and here's what it is. And if I'm them, I'm saying, look, Ken Walker Jr. We believe you're every bit as good as Ken Walker Jr. He was the MVP of the Super Bowl last year. He's got a Super Bowl ring and an MVP trophy at his house. That's what we want for you. Here's how we do it. It's like those kinds of conversations. Like I heard Tom Brady recently talking about how wide receivers are divas across the NFL. And you might catch 11 passes, and then the next game you catch 3 passes. And you did equally as good a job, but there's stuff that's happening around you that's sort of bigger than your just your situation. And you almost got to go to that guy and say, hey, listen, by the end of the year, no matter what happens, you might have some games of 3 catches. You're going to have 110 catches, and you're going to the Pro Bowl. You're going to have 110 catches, Pro Bowl, and we're competing for a Super Bowl. You almost got to broaden the horizon a little bit. It's like, hey, stick with me, trust me, I'm on your side. Here's my goal for you. Here's our goal for us. And our way we get our goal for us is this, and you sell it. And I think you can do the same thing with running backs, whether it's the run game, pass protection, or even in the passing game as a running back, and you show them how it fits. Hey, your runs are going to be open if we lead with the play action. This is how, and show teams, show the Rams, show the Seahawks. Look what they did. They put up almost 1,000 yards of offense, those 2 teams in the NFC Championship game. That can be us. That can be us. So, yeah, I do think there's a little bit of sell job on it. Got to put on your, I don't know what it is. Sales? Is it sales? Is it, I don't know.
Yeah, sales.
Real estate agent? What is it? I don't know.
Hey, now that you're getting older, how many tight lie, you're using no more irons? Are you using the old tight lie, Adams tight lies now, or are you still an iron guy?
No, fun thing. I just got my middle daughter, Mallory. She just accepted a coaching job at Penn State. They're in the Big Ten, if you didn't know, Tausch.
I heard
coaching
that,
lacrosse. Coaching lacrosse, but I got her fitted for new golf clubs. And because she was using the clubs that she was using as a kid or whatever. And so she's using steel shaft, men's, regular, she's got a 92-mile-an-hour swing. So I'm at that point in my life where I'm actually more interested in my kids' golf game than my own golf game, if that makes any sense. But yeah, kind of fun when you get to that point.
All right, so you are at a point in your life where you've also celebrated your 50th birthday. This never actually happened, but I think I told you this. I always had this hope when you went into that phase of your career where you were the savvy veteran backup that you'd come back. And that obviously never happened, and Rodgers was Rodgers, et cetera. But the Packers now.
Well, yeah.
No, go ahead.
What do you got?
Well,
is there some news?
I played till I was 40.
I know.
Andrew Luck was hurt. I started 9 games that year. I lost hearing in my right ear because I got hit by Whitney Merciless so hard in my chin. And I was like, okay, I think we're good. I think we're not. Everyone in my draft class is retired. Peyton Manning retired. Charles Woodson retired. I retired the next day. My goal was to outlast everyone in my draft class after I wasn't invited to the combine. I accomplished my goal. I was like, I'm good. I don't need to be hit anymore.
Well, you came back as that backup. You weren't expecting. You didn't want to play 9 games. You wanted to sit back and steal signs from the opposing team.
Well, in my head, I was like, I want to just be one play away to hoist the Lombardi. Like I want to be like we were in Indy. We were in the AFC Championship game. Like we were getting there. We were close. I wanted to be on a good team, have a chance. But no, I did. I expected Andrew Luck was going to be playing most of the games, and then when I got in there, I thought I'd just be like handing the ball off to Frank Gore. It wasn't exactly like that. We were losing a little bit. A lot of 2-minute drills in the third quarter. A little different. A 2-minute drill in the third quarter is not that fun.
You did get your hearing back eventually, though, right? You just didn't. It was temporary. Okay, good.
I did. Yeah, it was about. Yeah.
They've got Tyrod Taylor now for Jordan Love, and a guy like you were obviously you were a great player as a starter, but as a backup, what does he get now by having a guy like Tyrod Taylor who's 37? How much does that help Jordan Love?
Yeah, I think it can. I think the best thing a backup veteran can do for you is kind of compete with you. You see it right now with Kirk Cousins and Fernando Mendoza. Like you're competing in everything. It's almost like who's the better note taker, like who shows up to the meeting first, who's lifting more weight, like it just all the stuff. Like you're competing in everything. Quarterback coach says, all right, guys, what's this coverage? 2-man. Like it's just like, oh, you're on it. What's this? What's the front? What's the blitz here? It's an under front 3-fire zone strong dog. Like you're just like iron sharpening iron in that regard. And, I remember even when, Brett Favre was the starter, obviously, when I was there, but Doug Peterson was there and Rick Meyer was there. And when I got to Seattle, I had guys like Trent Dilfer and Jeff George and, a lot of Brock Heward and a lot of different guys that I just felt like we were always making each other better and just competing in everything. I mean, it could be like we get per diem and it was, all right, we're going to rock, paper, scissors for our per diem. And it's, it was just fun and like, didn't feel like you're going to work. And you had someone that'd been there, done it. And even on your down days, you'd sit there and you'd want to complain. And that veteran quarterback's like, oh man, that's nothing. Like, listen to what happened to me. And all of a sudden you hear his sob story and you're like, oh shoot, like I don't have it that bad. You really got to run out of town. So like, I remember one time this guy was like, man, my offensive line, they're really struggling. I'm like, bro, I played for a team. They had a 7th round pick at right tackle. Okay. You should have seen this dude with
Walter
his shirt
Jones.
off.
Yeah. You had it rough. You had Walter Jones protecting you. Who's the greatest lineman of all time?
Can you imagine playing against Reggie White on Monday Night Football and you got a right tackle who was drafted in the 7th round who doesn't even know where a barber is to cut his hair? Like, bro.
Yep. All right, we need to let you go because we would keep you for another whatever. Last thing, you played till you were 40. Rodgers is going to turn 43 in December. He's with your old quarterbacks coach for a year, Mike McCarthy in Pittsburgh, at the ripe old age of almost 51. What are your expectations for that Pittsburgh pairing?
I think he's going to do really well as long as he has learned from his mistakes in, when he was with the New York Jets. I think you got to change how you play as you get older. You can't be Michael Jordan anymore. I think you got to be a little bit more point guard, distributor. I think that's probably, I don't think he needs my advice. I think he probably has learned it, but you need to lean in on the run game. You got to look at things through the lens of the offensive line. You don't necessarily move the way that you want to. Your arm is great. Your arm can play. His arm could probably play for 10 more years, but I don't think his body is as elusive and all that. So I just think he needs to change the style of play. Sometimes you got to humble yourself and allow yourself to be, coached even when you're one of the greatest of all time. And so I do think it'll be a good pairing. I think the most important thing to me, and I was in Pittsburgh around the time of the draft with a lot of the Steelers players, those guys love and respect their quarterback. They absolutely love Aaron Rodgers. And while that's not always what's portrayed nationally in the media, when your locker room feels that way about you, I believe that that's the most important thing. And he's got that. So if he can tweak his game just a little bit, I think they could win that division.
Hass, we love you, buddy. We appreciate you so much. You could have said no. You didn't. Go back to your helmets and your balls. We appreciate you. Thanks.
He's got a lot of balls. Thanks, guys.
Matt Hasselbeck, ladies and gentlemen, he is the GOAT. We are lucky that he has always been so good to us, and he is our 10 for 10 for today, presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
Indeed he is, and you know what? We are excited to be working with Outdoor Living Unlimited as well. Sarah and I met with Aaron and Eric Brown, the brothers and owners of Outdoor Living Unlimited, and they're the right folks for us. We share the same hardworking values. The fact that Outdoor Living Unlimited is a family-owned and locally operated company is fantastic. Cannot wait to get started on our project. We checked out their showroom down on Stoughton Road. If you're looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, Outdoor Living Unlimited, they have it all. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space. Check them out at OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
All right, we've got 3 segments and 18 minutes left of show. We got to get going.
That's going to be tough. That'll be tough.
But he was worth every minute. More Wilde Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some. Why are you throwing? I don't want.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
Name by me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
It all started with a small storefront and a big promise. Treat every customer just like family. For decades, local families have trusted Sendix to provide the freshest food, the warmest smiles, and a place where community comes first. From generation to generation, we have grown together. Because Sendix is more than just a grocery store. It's home. Thank you for allowing us to serve you for the past 100 years. Here's to the next 100 years. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
You asked, and it's back. The original Cubano fan favorite has returned to Cousin Subs. And if you know, you know. It starts with tender pulled pork, our original recipe, and layers in savory ham, Genoa salami, and melty Swiss, grilled together for that hot, craveable bite. Then topped with fresh onions, tomatoes, pickles, and brown mustard and mayo, all on our signature bread. It's the fan favorite you've been waiting for. The Cubano, back at Cousin Subs, but only for a limited time. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Beautiful day for Brewers baseball. Brats in one hand, your Brewers checking card from Associated Bank is in the other. And with a tap, it's 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. An express entry so you can tailgate longer. And up to 50% off home game tickets. All that power, all for the crew. Only with Brewers checking from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher for Outdoor Living Unlimited. Well, my wife and I chose Outdoor Living Unlimited to build our outdoor project. And when we met with Aaron and Eric Brown, owners and brothers of Outdoor Living Unlimited, we felt like they were the right guys to work with. We share the same hardworking values, and their showroom is a must-see at 665 Larry Court in Waukesha. If you're looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, and more, Outdoor Living Unlimited is a must. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space.
Looking for a dinner that actually impresses and cocktails that keep the conversation going? Head to the second floor of St. Kate the Arts Hotel and discover the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails. Bold, elevated dinners, thoughtfully crafted cocktails. It's the kind of place where every plate and every pour is made with intention. Come for dinner, stay for another round. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
Wisconsin, let's talk about something near and dear to my heart. Beer. Specifically, great beer. And if you haven't met Yuengling yet, allow me to introduce you. Yuengling is the oldest brewery in America, founded in Pottsville, PA in 1829. 197 years, 6 generations of family-owned brewing. Do you know how they became America's oldest brewery? By making great beer. This is a real American beer. Smooth, rich, and finally here in Wisconsin. So grab a Yuengling, raise a glass, and celebrate history the way it was meant to be celebrated, by drinking it. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. 855 Pella WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
God, that was fun. Thanks again to Matt Hasselbeck. Tausch, we're in 2-minute mode, and we don't even have any timeouts left to stop the clock. So tell us a little bit about Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
A premier entertainment destination just off I-90 in Rockford, Illinois. And we talk about Wednesdays. You get a little older, you can get that 50% off meal if you're 55 plus, but great sports book. Unbelievable slots, live table games. They have everything you're looking for, and it's only 60 minutes or less from the Madison area. Again, a premier entertainment destination just off I-90 in Rockford, Illinois. The Hard Rock Casino, Rockford.
Owen picks this week's trivia winner. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
From large manufacturer to local pizza shop and every business in between, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions. Whatever you're building, you've got this. And Summit Credit Union's got you.
Best time of the year, it's patio season. Hey, it's Alex Strofe, and no better place to soak in patio season than Veer North on Milwaukee's east side. Veer North brings the energy with a spacious patio, elevated food, and craft cocktails perfect for summer nights. Headed to a game? Start here and hop on the shuttle straight to the ballpark. Same goes for Summerfest and all your favorite festivals, pregame, postgame, or stay for the whole night. Live music, great vibes, and a menu that goes way beyond the basics. Veer North is not your average sports bar. Veer North, Milwaukee's go-to for summer fun.
ESPN fans, it's Gabe Neitzel here, and I want to introduce you to Jens Family Chiropractic. Whether you're putting in long days on the job, coaching the kids, spending weekends on the golf course, or just trying to stay active, your body takes on a lot. And if back pain, neck pain, headaches, or sciatica have become a part of your routine, Jens Family Chiropractic believes it's worth finding out why. Their focus is identifying the cause of the problem, not just covering up symptoms. Learn more and check out their new patient special at jensfamilychiropractic.com. That's jensfamilychiropractic.com.
It's a winning explosion at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. This July, Winplosion rockets in, bursting with $300,000 in cash and reward play. For your shot at winning, just play with your rewards card. Then join us for the Thursday night prize drawings. Plus, every Winplosion entry also counts toward the big WinFest Grand Finale in September. It's Winplosion. Big bang, big bucks. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
$998 buys you a magnificent diamond solitaire engagement ring at Kessler's.
A solid gold mounting shows off a big, beautiful diamond, 3/4 of a carat.
Glitter, twinkle, sparkle.
This is the definitive diamond solitaire engagement ring.
You can choose a round diamond, radiant, marquise, or oval.
3/4 of a carat. Any shape you want.
Any color of gold you want.
A 1-carat solitaire is just $1,498.
Ask to see the Evermore engagement rings at Kessler's.
You're going to be ecstatic about the color, clarity, and cut of your diamond.
Evermore.
Each of these diamonds was lovingly created in the heart of a miniature star.
Your diamond will remain.
Evermore.
Your diamond was born about the time you fell in love.
You will be in love.
Evermore.
Your diamond has been waiting patiently for you to see it, love it, and choose it.
Don't keep it waiting. Come to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Here's to experiencing it all this summer in Wisconsin. Every deliciously cheesy, rockin', magical, fireworks-filled, festival-loving moment. There's Cheese Curd Fest in Ellsworth, Strawberry Fest in Cedarburg, Festival of the Arts in Stevens Point, and the Renaissance Fair in Bristol, Honor the Earth Powwow in Hayward, Mile of Music in Appleton, Venetian Fest, Bratfest, Summerfest. So many fests for your whole crew. Find them all at TravelWisconsin.com. Sponsored by Travel Wisconsin.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geisdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5
Oh, and we got to get to Feel Good Friday, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints, but you can make it a Feel Good Friday for whoever's chip you pick to win trivia.
All right, for this week's trivia winner, number 5, which would be Levi in Stevens Point.
Oh, Levi.
I think he only got one right. That's an upset.
Yep, 2 entries, so 1 question right, and then just the automatic entry for being the caller.
Well done, Levi. Tausch, your knee's better because of your friends down in Milwaukee.
Indeed, I hope Levi can, when we give him that rangefinder, he can send that mouse back to Jesse. Just like I tell you what, I've had pain in my knee for a while. I've told you guys about it. I'm going to continue to battle it. And, man, I have not felt better since I've partnered up with MoMA, the Midwest Orthopedic and Musculoskeletal Alliance, to bring together local providers like OIW, SMOC, and Innovative Pain. And I decided to go into ortho laser. I wanted to find some ways that I could get more motion back with my knee, get a little arthritis out of there, get some blood flow, and ortho laser has helped me do that. Been able to get back golfing and doing a lot of stuff I love doing. I recommend highly seeing their team. Got a bunch of different options: Surgery Center, Smart Scan, Mosh, and, of course, Ortho Laser, which I've been going to. Go check it out. You can call or walk in today to get started.
Feel Good Friday, painted by Hallman Lindsay, wraps up the show and wraps up the week next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde and Tausch's 10-year anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest,
Aaron Rodgers, give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks in a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, by UW Credit Union, and by Events by Design.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems. Installation of new or old hoops and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
What life events have you experienced over the past couple of years? Well, maybe one is coming up: the sale of a company, death, divorce, a health crisis, or helping to pay for college or a wedding. Well, Annex Wealth Management has assisted clients with life events, but planning for them can make all the difference. Knowing what you own, why you own it, and how much you're paying for it is a big part of smart financial planning. Annex has an entire in-house team that works together so you can make informed decisions when life events come up. Click Get Started at AnnexWealth.com.
The biggest sporting event in the world, and a Superior light beer to match it. From the pitch to the pour, Superior's worth paying for. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Enjoy Michelob Ultra while watching FIFA World Cup 26 at Maxwell's in Cedarburg, Stenny's Lake Country, Maddie's in New Berlin, and Jugs Pub and Grill in Slinger. Michelob Ultra. Enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Selling your home is more than putting a sign in the yard. It's about having the right team beside you. I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams. We help relieve unnecessary stress with our team's expert listing process, strong negotiation skills, and fast, clear communication. Our white glove service experience is provided at every price point and every step of the way. Start your home journey today by searching online, Tony Wendorf. Tony Wendorf & Associates, a real estate team driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here from MoMA. Battling a sore knee, a shoulder, elbow, hand, neck, back, or foot pain? MoMA can get you back in the game. MoMA is the new Midwest Orthopedic and Musculoskeletal Alliance, connecting trusted local providers like OIW, SMOC, and Innovative Pain, with expert care and innovative treatments provided in their offices. The Surgery Center, Ortho Laser, Smart Scan, or Mosh. With the best orthopedic care and recovery, MoMA can get you back to doing what you love. Call or walk in today.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. When it comes to a home mortgage, we understand you want a simple, stress-free process, great service, and a loan you can feel good about. And for 90 years, that's exactly how we've been doing things at Great Midwest Bank. So if you're thinking about buying, building, renovating, or refinancing, get started at greatmidwestbank.com to find a knowledgeable loan officer and get the peace of mind you deserve. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Your premier Michigan golf getaway includes rounds at Sweetgrass and Sage Run. Book Monday through Wednesday for best availability. Savor elevated dining and unwind at the full-service Drift Spa between rounds. Grab quick bites in the expanded Sage Run Clubhouse, or refresh overlooking the 9th and 18th at Sweetgrass. It's all part of an unforgettable golf experience at Island Resort and Casino. Plan your getaway at islandresortgolf.com.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
It is time for Feel Good Friday, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. And I came across this from Stephanie Sutton of WISN TV 12 in Milwaukee. Look, the trade of Giannis, the focus has certainly been on Giannis is no longer a Buck. I would also argue that trading away Bobby Portis, who was extremely active in the community, that's another loss, too. He was beloved here. But And Tausch, you know this as a sports parent, you and Sarah, or Paula and myself, like, we thrive on our kids' successes and we're there for their failures. And I saw Stephanie did a piece with Tyler Hero's parents, Chris and Jen, and I thought, great job by her, and congratulations, and feel good to see a kid from Whitnall High School get to come back and play for the Bucks. I know that's been part of the story the last week and a half since the trade happened, but I'll be honest, that has gotten lost in the shuffle at times. We weren't even sure if he'd still be a Buck. And seeing them talk about how excited they were to have their son be a member of the Bucks and being in Milwaukee.
Made you feel good.
It was a feel-good story presented by Hallman Lindsay Paints. Feel Good Friday. All right, we're out of time. Tausch and I will be back on Monday. Is Jesse coming back on Monday?
I think he's waiting to see if he wins the meat raffle. I think that's what this is coming down.
We'll get a full report from his time out east, up north, wherever he may be. That's it for us. Thanks to Owen Dimful for stepping in as the cousin sub of the day again. Thanks to Matt Hasselbeck. And thanks to you for coming along for the ride with us. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Progressive provides protection for your boat and other outdoor vehicles so you can explore new things.
Oh, I can finally try pesto.
We meant like water skiing.
I've just never had pesto.
Or maybe take the boat somewhere new.
I mean, is pesto spicy or sweet? Oh, guess we'll find out, right?
Right. Bundle home or auto insurance with your boat, RV, or motorcycle and stay protected with Progressive while you explore.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not ready for pesto.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match